Hello everybody, welcome to the West Ham Way YouTube channel. It's the Watchalong for West Ham United versus Doncaster Rovers. It's Angus, Charles and Dennis, the usual suspects. Let's get cracking with the teams because we haven't got long until kickoff. Let's start with West Ham. A relatively strong team. There's been a few changes in and around there to give a couple players some rest. Yarmolenko starting up front, thankfully, instead of Mikel Antonio. Angus, I'm going to come to you on this, mate. Are you happy with the lineup? Any other changes possibly you would have looked at?
Yeah, I mean, it's a strong lineup. David Moyes not really hiding the fact that he's going to really try in this competition, even considering, that the next opponents we'll face if we manage to beat Doncaster today. Yarmolenko up top, I think, is probably the most interesting of the changes. That, I guess, in all likelihood, if we don't sign someone, will be the replacement for Mickey, both in games and should he actually become injured, which is, inevitable almost. I think he is suited more to that number 9 role, that centre forward role, than on the right. So it should be interesting, and he's got a really good opportunity to get some form and to build a bit of confidence. I think Fabianski is the other interesting one. Because I think if you're Darren Randolph, you'll be sitting there thinking, like, where am I going to get a game now? Because if I'm not getting it in the cup, there's no chance I'm getting it in the league. So yeah, interesting that he's gone with that. But no real surprises. I mean, Fredericks, I think I saw in there, Johnson, so giving those fullbacks a bit of a rest, and that's a strong team we should win.
That's what I'm happy for, mate. The back four to get a rest because they have been putting in some serious shifts recently. And that back four anyway is quite a decent back four by all accounts. Charles, thoughts on Yarma's start up front in a number 9 role? First time really we've seen him. Do you think he'll get a bit of joy today?
Well, let's hope so, because he hasn't been great on the wing. I mean, he came on the other day and did an okay job, got the assist. But yeah, he's Ukraine's, I think he's one of the best scorers of all time, below Shevchenko or whatever. But yeah, so I think he's definitely got credentials and he's got a history of playing up there and doing well up there. So I hope he can do well. He's got he's got great technical ability, so there's no doubt about that. But yeah, I think he'll this is the kind of game where you want him to play up top, especially like you say, giving Antonio a rest, and if we do need Antonio in the second half, then we can bring on, and I don't feel guilty about him playing 45 minutes in the second half. But yeah, Yarmo in, I think is it'll be nice to experiment with that, especially against a team like Doncaster, a couple of leagues below. Souček playing instead of Rice, I think is good, because I think Rice just needs a little bit of a breather, even though I think he could play this game 90 minutes. And the back four, I like seeing rotation there as well. I think all those players need a bit of time on the pitch. Recently, it's been the same back four for quite a few games on the trot now, yeah. And yeah, so I think it's good. But I think it's a solid team. It's a solid team. I don't have any major worries about that. And yeah, let's hope we get the win today.
Yeah, very strong. Dennis, we're playing 4 nows, Lanzini, Ben Rama, and attacking midfield 3. I think kind of even I know we don't have too much squad depth and there isn't too many options for rotation, but by all accounts, it's a strong squad and really kind of shows Moyes' ambition in this competition.
Yeah, definitely. My first question is, who's playing right out of them 3? Because they're all left-sided.
I reckon it'll be Manu. I think Manu's played there. I just imagine
maybe, or maybe Ben Rama's playing up top with Yarmolenko wide right. Or it could be everyone's got it wrong, and Fredericks is wide right, Johnson's right back, and Fornell's playing left back. Could be. Who knows? On the subject of Yarmolenko's scoring record, I've just got it up on Wikipedia, and although he's got 1 goal just in every 2.5 games for Ukraine, these are against teams like, and this is no disrespect to these countries, but teams like Albania, Kosovo, San Marino, Moldova. He scored a couple of goals in each of those games, so his goal scoring record is good purely because Ukraine have come against some very bad football. Well, that's very disrespectful, I think, to Albania, but some bad or developing football teams. So I wouldn't hide behind that Ukraine scoring record, and most of his goals. I mean, in the last 3 years, he's scored 4 goals for Ukraine. So in his heyday, there's the argument that he stayed in Ukraine way too long. As we made on Twitter. But back to the game today, the argument could be is that this is the game that I would rest people, because, as I think we said on the fans' voice, that the likelihood of us getting past Liverpool United, let's be fair here, I wouldn't put money on that. But there is high chance we could push on to Europe in the league. I would actually, because of that draw, I would say, we should get through Doncaster, rest a fair few players, and give it a go against Man United. Treat it like a Premier League game, or Man United Liverpool, should I say? Sorry, treat that like a Premier League game. So I'm glad to see the back four rested. I'm glad to see Rice and Antonio rested. We've rested as much as we can. It's only fair that Souček starts because Rice started the last one. Souček had to come off the bench. And I'm very glad to see Antonio on the bench rather than starting, because I was like, he will just play him. The problem is if this gets tight, when do we bring Antonio on? Do you do it at half time? Do you do it 20 minutes to go? How much impact can you have with 20 minutes to go? It's there's problems each end. So let's just hope it's not a repeat of the last few games where we get just one goal. I want to have a couple of goals in the first half. But Doncaster, they're doing okay in the tables. They're in the playoff positions in League One. They're not going to
very
really
good
slouch.
side, mate. Very good side
Darren
for where
Moore
they
is
are.
a very, very good coach. Very, decent defender. They're going to have a very organised defence today.
I think, very quickly on that, I think in a way it almost suits us a tiny bit more playing a league side. There were no playing Stockport. I think we knew what we were going to get, and we will get the same today. But it was physical, conditions were so tough. Whereas I think that Doncaster are, as you said, a good team. I mean, they're challenging to get promoted, and they like to play the ball on the ground. They'll probably, in a way, back themselves a bit more against a West Ham. They know that teams like Wimbledon have beaten us in the past. Which in a way I do think almost suits us, as I said, a bit more, because they'll try and play on the ground. They'll play to our strengths maybe a tiny bit more. And don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting an easy fixture because we won't get it. I think I'm a bit more confident going into this game than I was going into Stockport, at least at halftime against Stockport, where I was just thinking we're not going to win this game.
One of the things that caught my surprise a little bit about Doncaster, even in their own league, is their ability to press really high on teams and equally sit back really deep. And you look at the space that they give between the midfield, the defence and the goalkeeper. I think even if Mickey was playing in this game, there isn't going to necessarily be space to run into unless it's on transition. So it is going to be one of those games that if Doncaster are in that shape, West Ham are going to have to look at the likes of Benny, Lanzini, Fornals to get shots in and around the box, possibly deliveries. There is a weakness there from second balls, and West Ham have proven to be very good in terms of that. Yarmolenko, in theory, doesn't suit this game at all. But again, I guess he's got a fantastic left foot.
It's
if he
a case
gets in
of
and around the box.
today.
Oh no, definitely. I'm just saying from a playing point of view. Again, we don't have the options though. So, but we have got a strong bench, and that's the most important thing. You've got Antonio. We can bring on Creswell. We can bring on Declan Rice. So, if we need to change things and force the issue a little bit, we can.
Yeah, was it?
That's pretty much it.
Example, we've got some young young players on the bench as well who could potentially come on and get some game time. If we're cruising it, well, not cruising it, if we're comfortable, I'd rather them come on than the first two players. But lads are coming out now, so...
let's just, before we get straight into things, this is Doncaster Rovers lineup. 4-2-3-1. They'll match us up very, very similar. Their number 9 is actually really, really impressive. Scored a number of decent goals this season. I was actually surprised that the man that scored the goal to get him into this round, Taylor Richards, isn't playing. Very talented player on loan from Brighton. Would have been someone that would cause us quite a few issues. Possibly look at someone like Noble to pull him out of position. But I think you could possibly be surprised with the way that Doncaster play. I expect them to take risks in this game, and we've just got to take our opportunities. And I think we'll have more than enough quality, but we can't afford to just not concentrate because they can get a goal. And it is the FA Cup, so I'm looking forward to it. Fingers crossed we get this done. It's a nice stress-free game. We roll on back into the Premier League.
The funny thing is, I didn't even realise that Darren Moore's their manager, and I've great respect to Darren Moore. I thought he did a great job at West Brom when he was there. And he kind of got shafted by them at the end of his West Brom. But it's good to see him doing well at Doncaster. And so it'd be interesting to see how they play today and how well they've done under him.
Yeah, it's interesting. Even their keeper they've loaned him from Brentford, and he's an England youth international. So there is a couple. Obviously in League One, you are trying to find little bargains here and there, and And to be fair, a few of their additions have looked quite lively. So it'll be interesting. They beat Blackburn, you know, in the Championship. That's no sort of easy feat for a League One side. So I don't expect them to shy away from this one.
Yeah, that's the thing. You look at their run to get to this game. You know, they've beaten, you know, some good teams.
Yeah, and we've beaten Stockport 1-0.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's my job to bring
What are you talking about?
to reality. Charles, not you. That's my territory. That's gimmick infringement, and you know it.
Sorry, that was what I meant to say was Craig Dawson beat Stockport.
Yeah, no Dawson, not even on the bench.
Right, I think he is on the bench. I think
yeah, him and Ogbonna, aren't they? Both
Yeah.
of them.
And Baptiste is on the bench as well. So, yeah, not great subs bench, but you know it'll do. Antonio, at least you got Antonio and Rice on the bench as well. But yeah, I'm 20 seconds in now, 21 seconds in.
You're ahead of me, mate. We've only just kicked off.
I haven't even kicked off here. Here we go.
Oh, I feel the pressure now.
Yeah.
Now we're just going to have every time Doncaster run with the ball. I'm going to do impression of the flashback dog from West Ham clips. Just remembering El Hadj Diouf just running through our left-hand side, just absolutely rinsing McCartney. I don't even think McCartney was playing that day. I think it was Dan Potts and Matt Taylor. Shit at that shithouse equaliser, James Coppinger. He was a very good footballer, don't get me wrong, James Coppinger, but he was attacking. And it was just, there were so many errors, I remember. It was a disaster.
Good press from West Ham here.
Yeah, he spent his whole career at Doncaster, didn't he, Coppinger?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
It started at Newcastle. He said it all went a bit to his head and he just dropped down the divisions and just enjoyed playing football at Doncaster.
Yeah, good for him. I think is he retired now?
Must be, mate. He was getting on a bit when he equalised against us. He was, I think, in his early 30s.
Nice.
Then, mate, he must have retired. But
1-0.
Yes.
Well, hang on.
Wait, don't spoil it. We'll find out who it is. God, I'm actually buzzing we got that early one though, mate. that is the clincher in this game. That changes it. They're going to have to open up a bit here.
See Dennis's reaction. He's like, yeah, nice.
He didn't hit the post. I'm glad.
Right, hang on.
He didn't hit the post. That's all I'm going to say.
Let's have a look.
It's coming up now, mate, because I've got it on the TV and I've got it on the thing. So you got it now. Yarmolenko's got the ball.
Oh, nice! Oh, that's a tasty finish from Pablo Fornals. It's fair.
He stole it off Ben Rama. That could have been Ben Rama's first goal.
Oh, no, Paul Benny. No, it's 4 nows, but Benny, he stole it off Benny.
He stole it off Benny. Benny was having that lined up for his first goal.
Sweet finish. It's almost like it was a more difficult finish than he gets every week, and yet he's put it away nicely. So
what it is, it's inch per. It's a bit like, again, any given Sunday. Life is a game of inches, and literally it goes straight. There's a defender trying to block it, and the ball goes just between his ankles. Like another day, the defender gets a block in. You know,
just caught him out of position.
Yeah.
Bang.
Keeper, I don't know. Keeper was
well out, isn't he? Well out.
Well out of position there.
What's interesting about that move is we sat there saying Yarmo will play almost in that 9 role. Actually comes to the wing, and then all of the attacking midfielders are in the box. So I guess that's the tactic when someone has got that.
This is a bit of a again. Yarmolenko is going to play, going to drop in, go out wide, and just it just become a bit more of a creative. Just not use his pace, just get the ball, knock it forward. He knocked it forward, Fredericks, who had pace there, you know.
Very happy with that start. Very happy with that start.
It was a very calm goal celebration. I don't think Angus has even seen it yet.
No, honestly, I don't have the stream up yet. So if anyone's wondering why my reaction is non-existent,
You need to go get the BBC in Australia.
No, disappointing. These cup games, I tell you, I dread them. No.
It definitely wasn't a Lanzini Tottenham celebration, that's for sure.
I've got to be honest, that was a fantastic finish. Like that was.
It's good, and Yarmo did really well out on the wing as well.
Yeah, he did.
I didn't want to give away what happened, who scored it. I just went. He didn't hit the post.
You gave a hint.
That was cryptic enough, I think.
Well done, DJ.
Yeah, you've missed the wild celebrations.
Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Just surprised Pablo managed to score it, to be honest. Normally he skies it, so.
But yeah, nice early start.
Beautiful.
Go on, Yama. Makes a change, doesn't it, lads? Let's be honest. We're sitting here going, oh, come on. Oh, they've got a bit of room here. Well done, Pablo.
Let's hope we do this against Palace.
That's I'm really interested to see how different we play in that game to how we played in that first half against Palace in December. Because that did us, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting as well because, like, I know it's early doors.
Ben and Lanzini are linking up beautifully as well already.
Yeah, they are. But it's interesting that, as you were saying, Corey, Doncaster are normally quite good at sort of pressing, but they seem to be really on the back foot, staying very defensive, trying to get something on the counter.
Yeah.
So,
and they get caught out, actually, quite a bit.
You'd assume that they're going to have to be slightly more aggressive.
Oh,
Bowen's not on the bench today, is he?
don't think he is, mate.
No.
Interesting ball from Noble there.
Ooh.
About 10 yards behind Fredericks.
Well, now's his reaction to getting a bump on the head is hilarious.
Oh.
That's all I'll say.
You are right, Charles. I'm actually surprised Doncaster are sitting back here a little bit. They're clearly...
Yeah.
I think that early goal has got them thinking a little bit and they're a bit worried. Oh, lovely. Gorgeous play.
I agree, Chris.
What's Chris said? Oh, lovely stuff.
He's not wrong.
Champions elect. Frederick's getting a lot of time on these wings, isn't he? To get forward.
Yeah, which suits him really well, obviously. Well done. Go on. I can just imagine us getting to the 10-minute mark and the game just completely flips over to Doncaster dominating.
There's strong Iceland versus England vibes. An early start, and we're like, yeah, this is easy. 2 minutes, 1-0 up.
It's like, oh dear.
Yeah.
But no, we seem to be doing well so far.
Oh, careful.
I'm thankful that Yarmo's playing striker, if only just for the fact that he's probably going to be, it's more unlikely he's going to be so predictable cutting in on the left. You know what I mean? Like, because when he's out on the wing and he just cuts in on the left, you can see it from like a mile away. Like even in that Chelsea goal he scored, amazing finish and amazing sort of cutting, but you could just tell that he was going to do that about 5 minutes before he did it.
Oh, mate, I think everyone knew that apart from Rudiger.
Apart from Rudiger, yeah, exactly.
Rudiger.
He's been playing for Chelsea. He's been starting for Chelsea recently, though, hasn't he?
Is Zuma injured or something?
No. Oh!
Nice and cryptic there, Charles.
Yeah, I want to keep my hints subtle.
Well, nice
sorry.
and descriptive, should I say?
I'll try and do what I did for the Tottenham stream and hold in my emotions so that I can see you and Corey's reaction.
To be fair, Corey's not. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean now. What was it? I was alone in not knowing about the second goal purely because I went to the toilet. I come back and I'm just seeing highlights of an own goal, and I'm like, "Oh, game on!"
Did you see? Did you see?
Lovely play.
It's close, wasn't it? It was a good chance, but Did you see Soufal's interview the other day saying I count myself as having 4 assists this season because of the own goal? He says it's not official, but I still count it as 4.
I think the other great one was that we had was the Fulham game where I was like somehow through luck found myself minutes ahead of you, and I was just like, and it was the last minute penalty, and you were just like waiting for me, just going like this. And I was like, it's the worst penalty ever. It's the worst penalty I've ever seen.
I literally just stopped watching the stream at that point because I just knew that you were going to react first. Oh! Again, another cryptic hint of what's to come.
Is that what the code word is? Cryptic hint. Can you, Charles? Can you pause it, or is it red button just goes?
Well, it's on my TV, so I might try and do it. Actually,
you can pause it. But you're only. Corey, you're going to see it in about 10 seconds. The website is only about 10, 15 seconds behind the TV.
I'm actually having a mare with mine, just stick with me. It should be like.
I'm quite a bit behind, mate. I'm 9 minutes 40. I don't know what you're on, Dennis.
On the TV, it's 10 minutes 5. So.
Oh, so unlucky.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant play.
And that is the type of shot that Yarmolenko can do, mate. He does have quality. It's just again, like with Angus, it's about how it's very different to what you need in the Premier League and the way we play. You know,
I really like Pablo. Is showing a bit of class there in that 10 role. To be honest, yeah, Yarmo wouldn't get that kind of space probably in the Premier League, but it's good link-up play actually between all the attacking midfielders in this game.
Yeah, and dare I say it, we haven't started ranting about how bad Noble's playing yet. So
I haven't actually seen Noble touch the ball, so worse or better.
Hopefully that's a good omen.
He had one kind of off pass, but I mean that'd be a bit harsh because Frederick still got it. So, but
yeah. Part of me feels like he'll score a penalty today, Noble.
Be nice, mate, wouldn't it? To be honest.
Yeah, just etch another one in. I agree, DJ. I think Ben Rama just needs that first goal just to get himself, going even more. I think he's done well since he's come to us, but I think he just needs that goal to give him the confidence to kind of push on and be more of a goal threat. I don't know whether you saw the the behind the scenes of the what game was it last? But was it Burnley? No, West Brom game where Ben Rama's doing all those like kind of cut-ins and everything. The camera just can't catch up with him. He just keeps on like switching the angle, and the camera goes nuts over it. Some proper techers. Burnley, sorry, DJ. I knew it was one of them. They seem to blend together, those two games.
Well, yeah. Well, Burnley and West Brom is a bit like kind of much of the same, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, felt like it.
Benny a bit more decisive in some of his deliveries in the box now. I said this on Leeds TV the other day. I feel like Ben Rama next season he could really adapt to the league, and I think we'll start seeing him a bit more regularly, either chalking assists or linking up the play. It just takes time, doesn't it?
Oh, Mark Noble, you're about to see Mark Noble clatter someone, Corey. You're going to love it. No free kick. Play on, but...
Lovely stuff, my friend. Oh, very comfortable here. It's almost a bit eerie, isn't it?
What minute are you on, Corey, out of curiosity?
13:24.
Right, I'm like a minute behind you, so we'll see how we
The
go.
noble clattering you should have either just had or is just coming up now.
Dennis, I think I can pause it. So what minute are you on now?
Well, on
seconds?
the screen, on my computer, it's 13:28, 13:30. On the TV, I'm on 14 something. I can't quite make out the time.
Oh, I'm 13:50
So
now.
you should be around there.
So yeah.
30 seconds ahead of us, mate.
Tell me. How about tell me when he takes the free kick?
What, the Doncaster play? Or am I that far behind?
No. I'll know.
Doncaster.
Oh,
yeah.
Fair.
All right, the foul's just happened on the screen on the computer now. So after he takes the free kick, or is he about to take it?
Probably just about as he's about to take it.
Yeah.
Okay, he's dusting his pulling his socks up now. We're looking at Diop. Now he's jogging away.
Yeah, he's looking at the camera. We're still waiting. Yeah,
they're about to take the free kick now, mate.
And this on the TV.
No, on your TV or on our screen.
Well defended.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd start playing now, Charles. That way you're only about a couple of seconds ahead of us.
Okay, perfect.
All right, he's just taking it now.
Oh, you've just taken it. I've seen everything that's gone on now. I'm in front.
There is an injury to
Diop, innit? Someone's collapsed.
Yeah.
Not looking great, mate.
No, he's been down for a little bit.
Do you reckon it's head injury or looks a little bit?
No fucking clue.
I didn't even see the challenge, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he's going to be okay though. Looks like he's responding. Darren Moore gathering his team over for a quick team talk.
I don't know how he's going to try and change it for them. We're doing quite well at the minute. We're quite comfortable. Surprisingly
definitely
comfortable.
have to press. Just seen the I mean, Diop just gets a bit of I think he gets a slight arm in the head.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Oh, lads, by the way, I don't know if we discussed this yet. Diop's been linked with a possible loan move. Thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, I think there's also been some sort of updates from X saying that potentially we're hoping to keep hold of him, or Moyes is trying to keep hold of him. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes on loan, just because of how well we're doing at centre back at the moment. But I mean, I would like to keep him. I would like to keep him around. I still think he can provide good cover for us and squad depth. But who knows if how much
we'll loan him out. Dawson will lose form, and Bonner will get a season-ending injury, and then it's just Balbuena and Baptiste, or Balbuena and Alves. It's like,
this is the thing. I possibly thought that the Alves thing, we'd bring him in, and then if you were going to loan anybody out, it would be him. So I was quite surprised to hear that possibly Diop could leave on loan.
I honestly, he's like Cardoso number 2 for me. Honestly, I really hope he gets to play, but
mate, I think I said it was that. Oh yeah, he looks good on Football Manager, but I said that about Diop.
He's got some good YouTube highlights.
One game for us, it was shocking.
He's got barely any highlights, mate, to be fair. Trying to dig out anything on Alves is quite hard.
On a centre-back, a young centre-back from
he's just, you know what it is?
Sweden or Norway?
He's got potential, but he's just very raw as a player.
Denmark.
So
the Fornells guy, I've just watched that. Fair play to Ryan Fredericks as well for the overlapping run. I think that's what we were missing a tiny bit with Seb, is the the runs actually almost like a Chilwell actually up to the touchline and then whipping it in. I thought that was quite good.
Yeah.
Look at Frederick's recovery pace there. Had a good game so far, off Fredericks, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He is playing the League One side, Corey. I'd expect him to have a good game.
Look, do you want me to build his confidence up or not?
Yeah.
I'd expect every one of our players to have a bloody good game.
It's because I don't see him anymore, man, because Soufal's such a good player and such a constant, isn't it? Fredericks wasn't even playing bad, was he? I think I remember.
No,
it was just because he got injured, and then it's one of those ones where it's harsh to drop him, similar to Dawson.
You have to work your way back in
because of an injury or loss of form. And then it's really hard, even though, yes, Diop and Balbuena could be the better centre-back ability-wise, it's unfair to drop him.
Yeah, and he played. Didn't he play against Southampton as well? I thought he had quite a solid game then.
Yeah, you're right. He had a good game.
Yeah. On Dawson's debut.
It's like when there was talk of us possibly selling him. It's like, and then when Soufal gets injured, we have one player to cover both left and right back. No, thank you.
Well, to be fair, every time I watch Johnson, he seems like now he is the backup left back, isn't he? Rather than
that's what I mean. Well, he has to be because there's no Masuaku.
Yeah,
so it's only Cresswell or him really, unless you put Fredericks there, and I wouldn't. Not sure how adept he is.
Go on.
Flank.
God, we're really comfortable.
Yeah, the attacking midfielders are playing some nice stuff, to be fair.
We get a lot of space. Oh, lovely stuff.
You know what else feels good about this game is that it's on at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. I love a 3 o'clock Saturday kickoff.
Oh, yeah. FA Cup as well, mate.
Yeah, it's just what you want in a football game. None of this 6 o'clock on Amazon Prime or 8 o'clock on BT Sport. Good old BBC Red Button.
Yeah, bring it back.
At 3 o'clock.
Leave at the red button, my friend. Well, that's a bit of a rallying cry, wouldn't it, mate? Next thing you'll be saying, get it back on ITV and all.
Get my Tilsley back.
Oh, bit rash there from old Balbuena.
Go on.
Lovely stuff. That's it. Go on, Fornals.
Interesting that Trott as well is the backup keeper as opposed to Martin.
Randolph. Yeah. It could be that Randolph has failed a COVID test.
Well, yeah. It's been because apparently he was supposed to start this game, which is Fabianski's playing. But go on, Benny. Yeah. Go on, Benny. Oh.
And then Nang started yesterday, if I'm correct, for the
for the under 23s.
Oh, what? So. Oh, good idea from I think it's Manu.
You're going to see some beautiful noble techies in a minute.
Was that just a sideway pass, or does he actually do something else?
No, he falls flat on his arse and starts.
I just had it. Yeah. Outside of the foot as well.
I know, honestly, you don't teach that anymore. You can't teach that.
Oh, go on, Benny. Oh, unlucky. I'm loving this. Oh, no. It's interesting Fornals is playing on the right. I don't know, see him play on that side.
That's what I think when they released the starting 11, it looked to be Ben Rama on the right. But yeah, Dennis made a very good point before the game that they're all left-sided. So
yeah,
predominantly if you're playing them on the wing, they'd all slot in on the left. So yeah.
No one. They've just put that cross in. No one's in the box for Doncaster. Keep it that way.
Hilariously, I've just seen something amazing on Twitter. So for some reason, Mark Hughes is trending. I don't know why, but
Oh,
Mark
it's because
Hughes
he was on Football Focus earlier, I think. So
okay, that makes
okay.
Someone said Mark Hughes is trending. Maybe he could be the right manager for Chelsea. He put the building block. No. Hear their logic. Hear their logic first, Corey.
Yeah.
He put the building blocks in for Man City. In the 40 years before Hughes was appointed, they had 0 trophies. 10 years on, they now have 11 trophies.
Yeah.
He's technically right.
Guardiola,
He is technically right, but Hughes
But not
did not
literally.
win any of them.
He put the building blocks in for Southampton as well, did he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In fairness, after he left, they won the FA Cup, then they won the league. So, you know.
After Arnautovic shushed him, that's when it all changed for Southampton. That was all for him.
Didn't Mark Hughes bring in Danny Ings to Southampton, in fairness to him?
Did he actually?
I think he might have done, you know.
Was it Howson who's
done initially? Yeah, because Howson replaced him quite early on in the season.
Because I remember them signing him thinking, Ings is a bit crocked. Now look at me.
Yeah, Southampton. It was odd with Southampton because they went for a while of being very shrewd of management appointments. Like they had Atkins who got them up, and then when it wasn't working so well and Pochettino became available, they were like, "Okay, bring Poch in." Everyone was outraged, and then within 3 months, everyone shut up when he got on playing great football. Then he left, and they brought in Koeman, and that was a wise appointment. He did well with him. Then Claude Puel came in and did all right, but got sacked after a year for no apparent reason. And then they brought in that Pochettino or what's his name, Pellegrino, who was shocking. And then they brought in Mark Hughes, which is, you know, history's afterthought. And then, so it's weird with Southampton's management. They've had some great appointments and they've had 2 absolute shockers.
I think it was, from memory, it's something to do with the ownership, because I think the owner died, didn't he? Or there was some kind of change and they weren't sure whether to commit and invest. So that's why he had this weird period of like flux. But Hasenhüttl was a good manager. When they got him in, I was thinking, fair play.
Yeah, if that was 9-0, he would have been gone in the majority of other clubs. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that goes to show having a bit of faith in your manager.
Noble's complaining about something.
Yeah.
I feel like he's been scratched or bitten or something like that. Mike Tyson, maybe.
He definitely does not look all right when he got up. He looked like he had been taking a whack. But it's a really amazing run.
Oh, well done, Nobes.
Yeah.
He's remonstrating with the ref, so he's not happy.
He's grabbing his arm.
Yeah, he's kind of pulling down there, to be fair.
I reckon there's been a Mike Tyson nibble there, something like that.
No, he's been pulled down by the arm. I've just watched it again because my laptop's still a little bit behind, and he's got dragged down by the arm, is what he's saying.
Makes sense. That does make sense.
Good run from Nobes.
Yeah, no, he's done all right actually, Nobes. Azuro, Doncaster don't look like they're playing at their best, to be fair. So we're not going to judge you on the performance thus far, but yeah, you guys definitely not.
I still have nightmares about James Coppinger and his equaliser against us. Cost us
if Coppinger was playing, it'd be a different story.
Come on, Benny. Doncaster
were the ones who signed Louis Tomlinson from They could.
Didn't he play one reserve game and got such a kicking that he never played again?
Oh my god! I saw a clip. Yeah, I saw a clip of him in a charity game. He got absolutely demolished by the
because Bonglehall got death threats for that from the One Direction fan base that are as bad as the Corbyn fan base.
Who did?
For attacking people. Gabio Bonglehall found him. Death threats from One Direction fans. And I remember there was One Direction fans. He was like, "Good luck, Louis, in your game." This is when they were mental. It was just every tweet was just that about One Direction, and they were like, I remember there was tweets where because it was Stilian Petrov who was recovering from cancer, and he had his head shaved and everything. And I remember they were just going, "Oh my god, this guy looks so ugly," and it's like.
Yeah, there were a lot of screaming goals at those matches. So I think there was sort of there was a lot of kind of One Direction fans in attendance. But I think he might have, to be fair to him, I think he might have done it for like charity purposes. So good for him.
Well, that's the thing. Doncaster shirt sales went through the roof, I think.
Yeah, I bet.
As a result of, especially in America, because they loved them and stuff. So
yeah.
Maybe we could get the same West Ham with, I don't know.
Ray Winston.
Ray Winston. His dad suddenly buys a West Ham shirt.
Yeah.
Give us a bit of squad depth up front, mate. Ray Winston, last 5, bring him on.
That's my other theory is we have a word with Triple H and ask Vince McMahon to buy West Ham. He's rich enough; he could buy West Ham easy.
God, can you imagine? We'd be coming out.
Oh God, yeah.
Every time we play.
Well, in fairness, we did come out to Triple H's theme song second half against West Brom, didn't we? So, or was it?
Trouble is, Vince McMahon would be a good owner, but I think he'd still be as tight as GSB. That's my theory.
The big difference is that if Vince McMahon bought us, he would put someone in charge that understood football to run the football club. He put Vicky Guerrero in as a general manager. He'd hire a football man as a director.
Just give me a number.
There you are. There's the club. You run it. We'll review it from America. That's what he would do.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We
I'm
started
enjoying this sort of like little interlude.
We are still watching the West Ham Doncaster game. Don't worry. We're.
I mean, just a point of Doncaster. I think the Doncaster fan in the comments touched on it. They're not playing how they normally play. They're sitting very, very deep, and obviously we did catch them very early on. But we are actually getting in behind at times. Benny's had a couple of chances when he's getting in on that left. It's just about. Oh, nice shot from Benny.
Yeah, very nice shot.
Yeah, just too much at the keeper, but. Go on.
Oh,
get in.
Did Benny score?
No, you'll find out.
Tell us who scored.
I won't.
Yeah, hang on.
All right, don't worry.
I didn't
It's a
even
nice goal.
then. I was like, go on, Benny.
Go on, Benny. It's a nice goal, though.
All right.
Oh, well, Benny got the assist, is what I'll tell you, Corey.
Benny got the assist, yeah.
We can only have this level of like restraint in an FA Cup fixture. If this was Premier League, we'd be going, yes, this person.
Yeah, we'd be like, come on.
It's a very good finish.
It's a nice finish, isn't it?
It's lovely play from West Ham in general. Go on, Benny.
Plays the offside trap brilliantly.
Go on. Oh, tasty goal, Yarma. Tasty little goal, Yarmolenko. 2-0 West Ham. Good performance.
And it comes from Ben Rama carrying on running, defensive error by Doncaster, passing it to him. Good forward.
It's that link up in midfield that playing in between the lines. It's a good pass as well, and the finish is absolutely.
They're really in sync.
FN Azuro, we know that pain. We had Slaven Bilic as our manager once. He used to play people all over the shop.
We had Mikel Antonio at right back,
and then before then we had Avram Grant, who turned right back Jonathan Spector into the world's best central midfielder.
He was a world best central midfielder.
For one night only, he was the world's best central midfielder.
Yeah, against United. Yeah. Do you know what's interesting? I think like Doncaster, despite sitting back now, the fact that we have got players like Ben Rama, Lanzini are linking up, we can break through the lines and we are finding little bits of space. So the fact we've got 2-0, I think how long's gone? 30 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah. But yeah, no, very, very happy with that. And like Dennis said, Ben Rama's been playing really well in the last sort of 5-10 minute spell, and he's definitely worked hard for that goal. And yeah, all we know is that Doncaster are as good as Albania or Lithuania or whoever Yarmolenko scored against in his international career. Kosovo. I knew he'd score. I had faith in him.
He's technically very good at his pace most of the time.
I mean, the finish is beautiful.
Decision making that
It was actually a good bit of movement from Yarma there as well.
Yeah, all round, very good. Angus.
Okay. I've got my stream up and working. I have seen the Yarma goal, and Very good goal, to be fair.
Very
A nice goal. Right. I'm at 34 now, so
I'm
finally got one
33.
right.
You'll be in front of me, mate.
I'll pause mine.
All right, I'll let you know when I get to 34.
Yeah, okay.
West Ham fans will be even more delighted to know that Bristol City are beating Millwall away. 1-0.
Lovely stuff.
Ooh.
Lovely stuff.
Love to see it.
They got Mick McCarthy as their manager now, haven't they? Oh, no, it's Cardiff, sorry. Okay. I had Neil
Yeah.
Harris. I was at Millwall. I'm getting all confused.
Yeah, Neil Harris, 6-game losing streak, didn't he? And then he got sacked.
That's in the Bristol City are playing them in the FA Cup though, not the league. But
Yeah, not the league, but yeah.
Right, I'm on 34, Angus.
Perfect. Charles, where are you?
I'm on on 34.50.
Oh,
Easy,
for goodness sake.
I paused mine for a little bit.
On the TV, I'm on 34.30, and on my laptop, I'm on 34. So,
All right, I'll go pause mine for a bit then. So I'm in line with Dennis's TV, more or less. Right, I'm gonna play now.
Mine keeps unbuffering, so I think I'm closer to Charles at the moment. Oof.
Just giving away a free kick.
I am exactly with Charles,
Yeah.
actually.
I'm not there. Maybe I'm on 35 now.
I'm hoping if we are this comfortable, I'm hoping we give Lion and Baptiste a run out.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe
Definitely like
give
30,
Mickey
40.
10-15 minutes just to keep him active.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we have 5 substitutes now, don't we? Now it's in the FA Cup, so
Oh, do we?
Might as
I'm pretty sure we have 5 in the. Is it FA Cup rules? 5 substitutes.
That's good.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah,
that.
it is. Yeah, 5 subs. We might. There's no point playing Mickey if we're talking about risk prevention the whole time. You know, he's got training for that. The fixture congestion is so much as it is. So let him have a rest. Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I'm going to check the bench again. I mean,
Yeah, we've
I
got
start looking
Cresswell, Kufal, Dawson, Bonner, Antonio, Trott, Lion, Rice, and Baptiste.
see, normally I would say, like Ben Rama, like the game's 2-0, I'll take Benny, you rest him for Palace, but I guess you bring him on, you change who we use, so probably just leave him on for a bit. And he's enjoying himself, so.
The only player that could really come on for Benny is probably Antonio anyway.
Yeah, exactly, mate. So it's a bit
Really, I mean,
difficult to replace.
or Lion, but I'd rather take off.
Ooh.
I'd also rather
Go on.
take
Go
other
on.
people off as well.
Ooh. Yeah, I think Doncaster fans would be disappointed they haven't given this more of a go, to be honest.
100%.
They're very, very defensively set up. I think second half you'll expect them to be a bit more aggressive.
But they're going to have to if they're trying to get something out of this game. They're just
No,
not
absolutely.
troubling us at all in our own half. Our link-up's absolutely fantastic, to be honest.
And the thing is, at what point do they go? That's like probably if it gets to 3-0 before halftime, they'll probably just look to put in some goal prevention. You know, hopefully it doesn't end up like Macclesfield, because then they're not going to score 3 goals in a half against a West Ham side who has dominated them this first half. I don't think so. It's just that at what stage.
Oh, that's a bit sore on 4-0. But, never mind.
Yeah, mind you, you do almost want to see them attack a bit more and the game open up a tiny bit in that second half and see what we can do. But yeah,
I mean, they've literally just had their best chance of the game, which was a
yeah,
wayward shot.
Wayward bobbling shot to nowhere.
Yeah. So, I mean, that sums up their half, really. Interesting.
the pattern with Rice and Souček. Rice being rested, or Souček being rested the first game.
Yeah.
Was he?
Sure.
Yeah, Rice
Yeah.
the second.
All the way around.
Saying
isn't
there
it?
might be a bit of a pattern there. But you think United, you think either United or Liverpool, you think we'd play our best team out there? I think that's the whole point. David Moyes will do that. Because I don't see the point in starting someone like a Fabianski, for example, in a game like this when you've got, a Martin or obviously someone alluded to the fact that Randolph might be injured, but yeah, even Souček, like why play him in a game like this if you're not actually going to try and go full blast in a game against either Liverpool or United? It's funny, we could have them, 2 times in 5 days potentially?
Yeah. Not
or is the FA Cup is the next round in a couple of months? Who knows?
To be honest, I know I've said about squad depth and things like that. It's going to be tough to manage the fixture list, but it would be nice to see a full strength West Ham side in the FA Cup. Because I think particularly against Liverpool, the weaknesses they're showing, you just think maybe we could get something. Normally I wouldn't say that, but
yeah, I guess the main question, and it varies from manager to manager, is whether you rest your big players for the easy games or whether you rest them for the hard games, and rely on your easier players to get you through the easy fixtures, or try and go and get 3 points against an easy team with your best team, and then potentially risk a loss that you might have already received had you put out your full strength team. And I think, which game was it? There was a game earlier in the season where he put out a slightly weaker team against quite tough opposition, and then the next game put out a much stronger team against. I think this was the whole Crystal Palace. Because I remember us talking about it, Corey, pre-match. It might have been Palace before Brighton. I don't know.
There was a few games. You are right. We started.
I'm going to try and find this. Yeah,
rotating who we were because we played Diop, didn't we, in the Palace game, and we were all a bit confused why that's the case. Just picking up on the comments, a lot of people saying we're playing some nice football. I think this is the first time in quite a while we talk about us being able to hit teams on the counter. Actually, we're playing through the lines, and I think that is because we've literally got. Can you please shout out your little brother?
Hello, Kit.
Go on, Kit.
Oh, Charles.
My brother's friend has now joined the stream, apparently. Hello, Jake. Hello, Kit.
I was like, who's Kit?
I don't have a brother called Kit.
I'm talking about playing through the lines. Who's Kit? No, but it's interesting. We are just to see that element of our play and whether that is something we'll look to incorporate in games where we've got to try and break sides down. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm actually more interested in that Liverpool and then that Villa game and how we're going to approach it team selection wise and what we'll do because that's 48 hours between those two games. I mean, and they are a higher press team with high energy. So
that's why I'm thinking that I'd rather prioritise beating Villa to push on for Europe in the league. But even if we do get Europe, all that means is David Sullivan pays more for travel and complains.
We're through. Oh. Yeah. But I guess the interesting question in forgetting the FA Cup out of those two fixtures is do we put if we had to put a full strength team out against one of the two and a slightly weaker and we're talking Villa and Liverpool in the league, like which one do you put the full strength team out for and which one do you put the slightly weaker team out for? And that's the question.
The way they're playing at the minute, if it was a league, I'd put it against Liverpool. Way they're playing at the minute.
Yeah. No, the weaker team or the stronger team?
Stronger team. Because I'd much rather beat Liverpool.
I think
for the sort of the not so much motivation, but momentum that would cause.
But then the risk is that your weaker team doesn't beat a Villa who are playing well, and your stronger team can't beat a Liverpool who, on the cards, you would. And that is the question that frustrates everyone, I think.
Oh, we got another noble corner routine.
Wasn't too bad.
it managed to.
I mean, it wasn't him playing the pass, was it?
It didn't enter the penalty box at any point, but
yeah, that's true.
I haven't seen
it was successful. It was successful enough. I thought Ben Johnson's been very composed today until he's just given the ball away in a long pass.
I take looking like Robert Snodgrass. I don't, but I'll thank you for the compliment.
Like Snodgrass.
That Joel Linton comment.
Yeah.
The Joel Linton comment that Henry made last time, I actually can't get over. The one about Steve Bruce eating him on the touchline. Just remember looking at that thinking, oh my.
Yeah, don't tell him that he looks like Snodgrass, because now he's going to start doing his Snodgrass
Scottish
impression,
accent.
and you don't want to see. We don't want to see that.
I don't do a Scottish impression. I just do a Scottish accent. It's a generic Scottish accent. Scotland makes a plays, yeah.
Oh God, here we go.
It's David Moyes.
That's what I do. I win.
I'll win. Hello, all of Kit's friends.
Yeah. Shout out to Kit's friends.
Now go to bed.
Go to bed. What? Oh.
Johnson.
God, I imagine that Darren Moore is going to bring on Taylor Richards or change this up in the second half, because from their point of view, they barely had a kick. We've absolutely dominated the possession.
Equally, from a Doncaster point of view, it's like, well, we're not going to win this game. Don't risk injuries. Their ideas want to go up this year, don't they? So,
Yeah.
You look like
Benny.
League One is fucking tight. And so many teams have got so many games in hand as well. It's ridiculous.
Manu just tried his Tottenham strike. I think we're playing Benrahma. I mean, again, I can't really speak because I've only seen like 10 minutes of this first half, but he plays quite wide. And I think he's so much more dangerous central because his skill isn't in crosses and stuff. It's in actually taking players on and then finding the key pass. So, I don't know.
Oh. It's odd, isn't it, with Benny? Because sometimes you see him wide, and then sometimes he's coming in the middle and trying to link it up. I think he's been given a bit of a role in this game.
Corey, we're going to have to start charging these people for shout outs. We're going to have to do the AFC. We're going to have to do the AFTV.
Super chat. Get the super
Super
chat.
chat.
Oh,
Go on,
God, Henry.
No, I can't do that.
put your donations in, and then we'll start shouting people out. We need that.
We're not doing a super chat. We're never becoming that.
We need to do the. We need that sweet Manscaped money.
Yeah.
Well, this is where they get all their revenue when they lose to teams like Southampton. So that's what I'll be watching after this game.
They're buzzing today. Troops has already got his Arteta out shirt on, ready for.
No, he was fuming when Willian started, apparently. So I wouldn't want to see him after the game. Yeah.
I'll be honest. If I brought someone like Willian in and paid him 220k a week, I'd be just as angry.
Yeah, a lot of my Arsenal fans are not happy with that signing either. Which I actually thought signing him would be okay, but just for the wages that he's on, definitely isn't worth it. And that's half time, boys.
They've signed another goalie, Matt Ryan. I thought Leno was doing all right for them, to be fair.
I don't think
it's as a second choice keeper.
Yeah. Matt Ryan's quality, though. He's a really good keeper.
He's a bloody good keeper. And Brighton silly to let go of him, in my opinion. But, and they're getting Odegaard as well, which would be interesting to see, whether he turns up.
You know what's interesting?
Who's this? Who are we talking about?
Odegaard is going to Arsenal
Odegaard.
Who's was hyped when he got signed by Real Madrid as like 17th, like, oh my God, he's going to be the best thing ever. And what I know, he's done.
But then he's building himself
nothing.
back up. Yeah.
Don't think he's actually played for Real Madrid.
Right, I'm just going to get my charger.
Well, no, he went on loan to was it Real Sociedad, and that's where obviously he signed as this absolute prodigy, but just couldn't get the game time and wasn't great in his first couple of games.
I'm not going to pronounce it. Ravine or whatever it's called.
He went to Vitesse and he got quite a couple of assists. But it's interesting because I think once they bring Odegaard in, I can't see Willian starting.
100%. No,
you think about it, they've got Saka that's playing quite central, can play on the left. Emil Smith-Rowe, Odegaard. I just can't see. But they're such a strange club because they've spent so much and put so many wages on players like Pepe and Willian. They just aren't going to play. So,
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's I think Arteta's thing. Someone, I'm not sure who said it. Might have been Charles. Might have been you, Corey. About his he's better. I think it was you, Corey, that he's better as a coach rather than a manager. And I think the thing he really does struggle with is the actual player management. You think about someone like Mesut Ozil, who sure wasn't rated, but to be left fully out of the squad, and that is something that I would assume that Mikel Arteta would regret because of the storm that has caused. Like, that can't have been good for that team. So, and you look at some of the signings, and Williams probably again not going to get any game time and will want to leave. They've got, same with Chelsea as well. Like, that's the thing with Lampard as well, it seems. Like, he's got no clue what to do with that team. Like, they could be pushing top 4 easy with the quality that they've actually got in that squad. But he ain't got a clue what to do with that starting 11.
That's the thing. I think now you're starting to see a lot of the Chelsea players not believe in Frank either. And Arteta lost the dressing room when he kind of tried to isolate Ozil. And I think there are other political reasons, I'm sure, as to why Ozil wasn't in the squad. But I just think there are glaring holes in the way Arteta tries to play with his Arsenal side. You remember when he first came in, he was very comfortable in terms of sitting behind the ball and possession based. And a lot of that is coaching and having an extra man and trying to break the lines. And then all of a sudden, when it's space to run into, there's such a disconnect between defence and attack. Lampard's just all-out press. And then the minute someone changes it up and he can't run into space, like they struggle. But I guess if you try and defend Frank in one aspect, Timo Werner just hasn't worked. His finishing is absolutely appalling.
Well, that's the thing, though. I think it will eventually click for him because he's getting the chances. So all it is it's actually down to his own game, and that he can finish because he's finished in the past, but he's just having a really tough run of it at the moment. But I think as soon as he starts to get going, he'll get going. And obviously he had that good game against Southampton earlier in the season, and it hasn't clicked for him yet. And maybe you'd look after that game and say, oh, here we go, this is where it starts. But I don't know, I still think he won't be too bad. It's not like he's completely isolated and just isn't playing. Or isn't being involved in the game. But what it has done is it's caused some problems for Frank, and now he's playing left wing, and now he's starting to get isolated, and it's just a headache. Like the amount of investment that Frank put into that team and that Roman Abramovich put into that team this season is absolutely ridiculous. And if you're not pushing for the title, then you're out of the job essentially.
Boys, why are we worrying about teams way below us down in the league?
It's been such a comfortable
way below us.
It's been the only game of the season where I've got to half time and gone, we're pretty good, aren't we? Like every other time, it's like, we got
not even worth our time, boys. Not even worth our time.
We played very well. Like I said before, we wrapped it up at half time. The fact we're playing through the lines, Ben Rama's looking lively. The link up between Lanzini, Ben Rama, and Fornals at times has been really impressive. Sorry, I just seen the comment about it. They're still there. They've been there for days. We're playing. I think obviously Doncaster will go for it in this second half. They'll bring on Taylor Richards. They'll try and force the issue, but I think it's going to suit West Ham massively. Do you know what I mean? I think if Antonio gets a run out and Doncaster are trying to press onto us, I think they're almost scared to press us now. The first couple of minutes we opened them up really, really easily. And then we're playing through the lines. And I'm sure Darren Moore's having a head fit in the dressing room, trying to figure out what he's going to do in this game. But there's not really a bad performance. Charles touched on Ben Johnson as well. Looks pretty lively and composed. Fredericks as well with the overlaps has been really important. I'm just going to enjoy the fact that this is one of the few games of the season where we're so comfortable that we'll just talk about other teams struggling, particularly.
Going back to DJ's comment very quickly, he's Beck who's not on the bench, is he?
No.
So the story with that is he had a false positive COVID test, and so he hasn't been training, and it's now come back negative, but he's not match fit. So
who would you bring on Souček at some point in the second half? And this is what we spoke about. The lack of midfield options is a bit strange.
Well, it doesn't have to be a light flag substitution necessarily, because we probably only need the one holding. So if you have a Noble holding, then you can you could potentially play two up top, or have the two ahead of him in Ben Rama and Fornals.
Yeah, you could bring on possibly like a Mickey, move Yarmouth to one of the attacking midfield positions, move someone like possibly a Lanzini to a deeper role, like he's kind of been playing at times
Yeah.
These comments, man, I just can't concentrate. It's just and we'll just we'll have to rotate because we just don't have the light for light. But yeah, you're right, Angus. We are comfortable. We don't need two defensive midfielders, and I would like to take Souček off and make sure both him and Declan Rice are fit for this Palace game, because I think West Ham seriously have got a good chance in that game to get 3 points, and it'd be great if we could get to, what are we on now? 20? Are we on 29? Get to 32. I mean,
I think we're on 32 now.
Yeah. 35, which is, if you told me we would be at that stage.
That's amazing, honestly.
It would be so West Ham for very quickly for Afolayan to get more minutes today than Otterbecker's had in the last couple of weeks, which I think will happen. And to be fair, I hope it does happen. I hope we see him in the second half. But sorry, Charles, cut you off there.
No, I was just going to say more or less what you've been saying. Really, I mean, look at bench. It's actually a stronger bench than I anticipated. And the first name that was out is Afolayan. If him will run out, so whether it's 20 or 30 minutes, as long as we're keeping it solid as we have been. I wouldn't even consider changing the back four at the moment, because they're all players that need minutes under that, unless there's an injury or something like that. If I think Noble and Souček should back out for the second half, and depending on how either of them fares, bring right for one of them later on in the game, just to see out the game. But I mean, we could we very well stick with this team for the full 90 minutes, but I think it'd be fair on people like Souček and Fornals and people like that who have played quite a lot longer than people on the bench. So I'd like Afolayan to come on at some point, and maybe see Rice come on just to shore up the middle two.
It's a shame, isn't it, Odebeku? Because I think by the sort of intention to not play Mickey and play Yama, that Odebeku would have been in the frame to have started this game, and it does kind of look like that type of game where particularly our midfielders are being so successful that he possibly would have had a chance in on goal or something would have happened. But listen, I feel like at some point we'll see him on the bench again. There's no doubt this season, particularly if we don't get a move on and get someone in this January transfer window, because that is getting perilously close with just 8 days left.
Oh, honestly, it's honestly so just not surprising at this point, is it? You feel like the transfer window opened yesterday and we still haven't signed anyone. Oh, but we have signed Henrik Alves, who's now going to be reserve team material for the next.
What's annoying as well is obviously since come out that the money for Allaire isn't the full amount. It's obviously gone to, I think it's to pay off some of the money.
Yeah.
So again, it's like 15 mil, and even with 15 mil, I'm still like that fund still brings in Dia. So I'm not really sure. And apparently now they're saying that he's going to stay at Reims till the end of the season. So it smacks of a loan deal, to be honest. It smacks of a loan deal. I'm not sure who it's going to be.
Yeah, no, it does. And sorry, Angus, I'll just say quickly. No. I mean, it goes more towards just how Moyes has done. I mean, I don't always agree with Moyes' decisions. I mean, he has been actually very good tactically in a few sort of games. So I'm not always going to agree with him tactically, but I mean, it just goes to show how well he's done under this ownership, who consistently tried to undermine him through a lack of budget and a lack of, just any support really. So, Moyes does full credit for getting this team where it is right now.
Yeah. I mean, there haven't been too many, with the exception of probably Slav in that first season at Upton Park. Hasn't been a manager necessarily that I've properly put my trust in since then. But I think David Moyes this season has just been overall very hard to fault. I mean, there have been some questionable, game management decisions, but arguably I think he won us that West Brom game. I think as soon as he put those two subs on in Fornals and Yarmolenko and didn't take Mickey off, we just looked like such a good team. I remember walking off and coming back and hearing the changes, and I watched the highlights back, and I actually thought that the substitutions had happened after the second goal, because I was that confident that we were going to get that second goal, that it was never a question, because we looked far the better team, and that was down to him and the way that we set up in that second half. And also the thing with him in terms of transfers is he's just desperate to sign players that he has already put his trust in. He doesn't want to sign players that, are a kind of, good kind of outlet for the board, you know, to get a player in and you know, them just sit on the bench for half a season or whatever. He wants players that he knows will perform in his system. Whereas I think if you look at Pellegrini, there were so many players that never quite made it in that team. Whereas you think about the signings that Moyes has made, Souček, Soufal, Bowen, and the list goes on. I mean, Randolph, who hasn't gotten game time, but was never going to. Dawson, but it's true, they've all slotted in and they've all done a job at some point, and none of them have let David Moyes down as of yet. So, and I think a lot has to be said for that and for David Moyes' transfer targets.
Well, I think also the fact that the best deal that the owners could make potentially in the summer is completely inadvertently accidental. Just in the sense that, you know, to get Dawson on a £2 to £3 million deal with the form that he's been playing in, like, you know, that's just a complete accident that they've managed to get those terms. So
you look at the Souček thing, you know, from what I understand, Souček asked for someone like Soufal to be brought in because he's played with him before. He comes in, got the most assists from the right back in the Premier League. He's fantastic defensively and decent going forward. I'm like, I think we only paid 1.8 in the first instalment for Soufal. I mean, you look at the quality of the bloke. It's just like, it's almost the way that this season has happened. Everything's fallen into place just through. It feels like luck, but I guess, you know, Moyes' decision to bring in the right type of players with the right ethic and adapt to the side has proven. And even you see Benny. You know, Benny's getting into his groove a little bit more now, and he's adapted to the way that Moyes wants him to play. And got no doubt that we'll start to see him a little bit more prominently in games. And fair play.
And like you're saying, Corey, like, you know, a lot of people that we signed recently have not been big money buys. It's not like we need loads of money, but we need enough to make those little kind of, you know, diamond in the rough signings in, you know, in the sense of, you know, in the sort of you know, model of Soufal or Dawson or whoever it may be, because, you know, at the end of the day, we've learned from our mistakes in the past that you can very easily overpay for a player, you know, especially in the sense of Haller and Anderson.
Yeah, exactly. Look at our highest paid transfers. You know, Haller, Anderson, they're the first two. I think, where does Yama slot in? Yama's down a bit.
He's on massive wages as well, to be fair, mate.
But, you know, it goes to show again. Yeah, look how Seb worked out. Money isn't everything. I will say, I don't think I've ever seen a fullback come from another league and slot in as well as Soufal has, and very similar with Thomas Souček in centre mid. It's actually staggering. Like, it genuinely is. I guess a lot has to be said for Soufal's experience just in professional football. You know, he's slightly older and has seen it all, and the way that he's built as well, and his qualities don't necessarily depend on necessarily the way that other teams play. Like, he's just physical, he's technical, and they're individual traits, but he's slotted in so well. You know, and reads the game incredibly well as well. And that is the thing, I suppose, that surprised me quite a bit. Is like, if you look at how he handled Zaha, who he hasn't necessarily played, you know, a team like Crystal Palace. You know, obviously the Premier League team set up not necessarily differently, but the Premier League as a league on its own is different to the other leagues across the world. And he slotted in so well.
Honestly, I think there is a genuine argument to be made that he's one of the best right backs in the league. I mean, you know, he's got to be up there. There has to be an argument for that, because he is so, as you say, Angus, he's adapted so quickly, and he's just never. He's not. I haven't seen him put a foot wrong, honestly.
What I like about him, and even when Soufal gets caught for pace, he's so cute in his defending, and he can use his body well, and he's so intelligent in that regard. It's very similar to Ogbonna. Even when he can get beat for pace, he's got that experience and he knows how to kind of navigate those situations, and that's helped us out massively. Because it was, I know Fredericks did show a bit of form, but Soufal is a big upgrade for me. So, you know, just happy he comes to West Ham, and we got a bit lucky because of Tommy Souček. So
our chief scout. Hello, Dennis. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, thanks. It's my mum's birthday today, so my brother knocked on the window, literally just knocked on the window. That's why you could hear the dog barking. And
right on key.
Who let the dogs out?
He's now that's him telling them off for going. that basically came out with presents from a mum, exchanged him in the garden, and caught up for a couple of minutes. And yeah.
We're about to get started. That's a good point from DJ. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold is really struggling this season.
But that's the thing. Like he's not great defensively, like at all. Like in terms of a defensive fullback, he's in the bottom half of
he's not
defensive fullbacks. But that's the thing. You speak about Fredericks and how he had a good start. When we dominate possession, it's fine to have someone who's very good on the attack. And offers as much as Fredericks does, but he's not great defensively, and that's why Trent has been so good for Liverpool over the years, because they dominate possession. They absolutely dominate possession. He's given the freedom to bomb on forward and have someone like Fabinho almost hold for him.
So bad for John.
But when they drop off in form, he as an individual also drops off because the questions are being asked of him more. So,
I mean, we're playing some really nice football to start off already, and Noble's made some great cut-through pass, and we've just won a free kick on the edge of the area.
A bit sloppy there, though. I think Johnson gave it away, but we've got the ball back quite quickly. So
yeah, no, we're playing some very nice stuff. Very nice stuff today.
Sorry, man. I'm just talking about Trent for no reason because I feel all right. No, do you know what it is, man? I think because even Trent, when you see his body shape, and when I did the predicted 11, I was like, it's caught square on. I think Jack Harrison had a really good game against him for Leeds, and I was thinking defensively he's not all there, and at times what you're seeing defensively as well.
Jack Harrison is a bloody good footballer.
yeah. But Trent, I think someone put up a stat with Trent and his crossing success. That's even gone down. You normally back that as well.
I'll just say this is screaming a Ben Rama goal.
Come on,
West Ham.
Come on, Benny.
It's very, very Tevez in the build-up. Obviously, not for the importance of the goal, but where the ball's positioned or where he's positioned. There is very Carlos Tevez.
Oh, good save.
It was a good save.
I'd love Benny to get on the score sheet here, you know.
Might actually have been going wide.
I'm behind, so I think it can go in.
To be fair, it was great, but if that was going wide, it keeps it positioning was great to get that much to the ball.
Yeah.
It was very nice keeping, to be fair.
Should loan Diop to Liverpool. Yeah. What, just in time for their game?
No, God no. Absolutely not.
I would suggest if we put a clause in a contract for a player that no longer plays for us and actually left on a transfer, I don't think Diop would be playing against us.
Now, in fairness, when you loan someone, you can make them eligible to play against you.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's actually a good save from the keeper, by the way, that free kick.
Yeah, it was. No, my point was just if we forced a player that actually left on a permanent deal not to play for us, I don't think the loan would be playing against us either.
Do you think they'll do the Big Sam good faith agreement and not play against us?
That's what they're going to start calling it. Good faith agreement. That'll be right.
All I'm going to say is that Leslie, who knows these sort of things, told us we had absolutely fucking nothing to worry about, and it sounds like we have nothing to worry about.
No, we don't.
I don't think it will.
It's going to be some dodgy fine, which will now be 30 million. Oh, mate, so we didn't talk in the build-up, but not a lot's going on. You heard the latest bullshit with Sebastian Haller?
We spoke about that half time, mate.
Oh, sorry.
In your honour.
What is bullshit over the Haller transfer? Oh, my God.
Oh.
I think the dog's going to start barking again now.
Midfield dominating at the moment.
Yeah.
Absolutely dominating.
Very good. Another bloke save. I told you.
Yeah, it was a good save. Just looks so comfortable. And again, Doncaster not looking to really press us or get up into our half at the moment. So still sticking with that first tactical decision.
Well, this keeper, he was questionable.
Good shot, Manu.
He's had a bloody good game, yes. Second half, especially.
Yeah, no. Did one of you say that he's a England youth international?
Yeah, it's me, man.
That's
from Brentford, isn't he?
Is it Brighton? Or Brentford, that's it.
Brentford, yeah. The Brighton's the other lad that I'm surprised Moore hasn't played. Would have thought he could have
possibly resting him if there's a fixture pilot, because I don't know if
I think they played the other day. They've got some
There's lots of clubs in League One that have got 4 games they haven't been able to play this season because of COVID or weather. Like, it's very tight, and Doncaster might have a couple of midweek games coming up, you know. Likelihood of them beating us and then beating Man United or Liverpool, and also the cost of going to the games and things like that. As much as Sullivan might cry about paying 50 grand, Doncaster aren't owned by billionaires, you know. Might be an idea that they're prioritising the league, and more power to them, you know.
Up the Dons, whatever they're called.
Up the Rovers.
Yeah, go on.
Foul.
No, someone's gone mute the mic when my dog started barking again.
Mute the mic.
Also, Henry, believe it or not, again, in the south of England, we can do 2 loads of washes in 1 week because we have this thing called electricity.
Dennis, I got to be honest, that had me in pieces just at the thought of this. Socks just never moving.
The conspiracy was that they're the same socks from the other night.
Yeah, they're not. We've got to wash them up again this week.
Just pure laziness, not putting them away.
Those Tuesday were like, they were dry, and I just hadn't been bothered to take them down.
We're looking very fluid.
Yeah, I agree. Very,
aren't we?
Yeah, very, very good. Those attacking midfielders. Go on, Benny. Oh!
Oh, I just heard save. Damn it.
Yeah, save, man.
Let's have a look.
Come on.
Oh, Souček.
Imagine that goal.
His finishing is absolutely class. Some of the goals that he scored for Slavia Prague.
Imagine.
Some of his training videos as well. He's got a finish on him. To be fair, I think the keeps made that look a tiny bit more difficult than it actually was.
Still another good save though. Oh, great play. Go on, boys. Go on. Oh, this is just an exhibition now. Oh
God, I've just seen the Souček. Jeez, man.
I've just seen the Souček header. Surely that's like a pen.
That's what I saw. What a cross from Benrahma.
He actually does not care.
Souček, what a header from Souček as well. Like, I don't know how he gets onto that and gets it on target.
I like some techers from Souček.
Honestly, this is an exhibition right now. We're playing beautiful football.
He's much better technically than I gave him credit for when he first.
Hey, 3-0.
Give me a minute, I'll be there.
Oh, what a shocker!
It's
an absolute shocker.
Oh God!
Noble corner.
Noble corner. Noble corner. That's my
corner as well.
That's my goal scorer.
That hit both.
No, it's definitely goal.
Doncaster
Definitely
players, did
goal.
it? Yeah, but it hit both of them. It hit the one at the near post, did it? Yeah, and then the one at the far post.
It's a calamity. It's a terrible
hit
corner.
both of them.
It's a terrible corner.
Oh, it's shocking.
Henry's just had us some breakfast in the comments again. His finishing is absolutely class, as he missed.
Oh, what the hell's that about? What happened there? That's got to be a keeps, isn't it?
Oh,
surely.
No.
Oh, poor Darren.
I've just seen the replay. As much as we've been praising the goalkeeper, he really missed that.
That's definitely keeps, mate. Keeps has done something there.
Well, it was terrible corner, so it should have been dealt with by the first man, and then keeper missed it, and then just a terrible finish.
That is so bad. That is so bad.
Oh.
That is absolutely horrific defending. I mean, it didn't even really it didn't beat the first man. It just got to the first man, and then they've headed it on, and then their own defenders put it in the net. It's just calamitous from them. They're falling apart here.
They are. They really are. Unfortunately, it's not going to be their year.
3-0.
But yeah, like you say, Corey, I mean, this is about the most comfortable I've felt in an FA Cup game in years. Apart from the Blackburn game a couple of years back with Payet.
Oh, that was tasty, that game, mate. That Payet.
Oh, what a game that was.
Talk about that. When he played it from the halfway line and scored.
That Blackburn game was epic.
That was an amazing game.
And the free kick as well.
Didn't Emenike score in that game?
Yeah, he did. He scored. Yeah. He did that. He went past the keeps as well and tapped it in. That was class.
You know you're having a bad day when Emenike scores again.
I thought Emenike, when he had it, I thought he was going to miss it at one point, and then I think he smashed it, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I swear he did a step over past the keeps or something like that.
Mate, he took so long to take the shot. I was like, I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting, and then obviously.
Yeah, DJ, no nail biting today, that's for sure.
Most relaxing
Far
game
anyway.
of the season, isn't it?
Has someone seen X's tweet for the own goal? It's actually
No.
class. The gif that he's used is insane. It's perfect.
Oh, God, I do feel bad. I mean, I don't feel bad, but I also do feel bad for Doncaster that they're kind of going down so hard. Let us see the dog.
Oh mate, no, because the problem is he'll see the screen, he'll see the people, and he'll start barking. He is the most intelligent yet stupidest dog you're ever going to meet. Like, he's just smart enough to know what's going on, but he still doesn't fucking understand. Like, he'll see animals on the telly, he'll start barking at them, and when they go away, he'll then run behind the TV to find out.
Oh my God.
Same with my dog. He's just stupid, but he is smart.
When you take him out, like back before COVID times, like without giving you the family history, my stepdad has, well, now ex-stepdad had a dog. It was a boxer who really was dumb and was just happy to be alive. He was the happiest dog you ever met. So you take both of them out in the car to go take them somewhere to have a walk, right? The boxer will just be happy, whereas my dog will be whining, barking, and pining because he knows something's happening, and it could be moving house, it could be the vets, it could be anything, and then it's, fuss over nothing. We're just taking them, to the park or something. So yeah, the dog can't come on TV for that reason because he will then knock my monitors over trying to, sniff Angus and Corey because he thinks they're real.
If you're new to the stream, we are watching the game.
No, not Charles.
Benny, I will say, oh my God, did you just see that, Charles?
Yes.
Oh, you were
in the corner of my eye. I did.
Do you just watch the bicycle kick?
Yeah.
The Yama touch and then the Fornell's bicycle kick as he inches his head.
Oh, yeah.
We're actually taking the piss here. Look at Yama's touch. That is class.
I've got to be honest. This is the most fluid football I think I've seen us play in just ages. I know it's Doncaster, but it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, what will have happened is Moyes would have told them, go out and have fun second half, lads. Pressure's off. Simple as that.
Oh, 4 hours if he connected, man. If that goes in.
Yeah, we should. No, he does. That's the thing. He looks so funny when he gets hurt because he's just like, he like scrunches his face up and everything, like he's like a little kid, just like scrunches his knee in the playground. Yeah, but yeah, I mean it's but yeah, like you yeah, I mean yeah, we should definitely buy Haller back because we're obviously missing that bicycle kick scorer now. That's the trouble. We do still have Antonio.
I can't see Mickey coming on. I wouldn't play him in this game at all.
Nah, God, no, surely not.
Stuff it. It's too easy.
But honestly, like, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't want any more. I don't want any subs right now. If I'm honest, we're playing such nice football.
Well, here's the thing though. Doncaster, over the last couple of minutes, they just look like they've come out swinging a tiny bit. You don't want someone to get injured. So not that it's going to make a difference whether we put subs on, but you don't want someone like Souček getting injured. Yeah. When we could have a replacement for him. Like he's gone down 3 times in 10 minutes, I think. So.
Oh, Noble, that is abysmal defending, mate. You're about to see just some awful from Noble.
He's tried to cut the passing lane. It's just been done on the outside.
Souček is just basically running the midfield by himself.
Yeah.
I mean, Noble's done well, don't get me wrong today, but like he does all the running, Souček.
I think Noble hasn't even... Noble's had so much...
You just see when he got the ball as well. He was looking to get...
He tries to come forward and just gets left. Just left.
Well, he basically wants to show him on his right, even though he's got like 30 yards of space in front of him.
Look when he gets the ball.
What are you doing?
Yeah, Corey. Look when he gets the ball as well, and then he keeps trying to turn the player that's running from behind, and you'll just watch him look over his shoulder, and then eventually turn him on the inside.
What's funny?
Just like play it forward.
He's actually stepped up and then still giving him the space on the right.
I know. That's what I was like. I was like, he's got so much space.
Even though I know I can't catch you. No. You're better than that, Noble. You're better than that. I know you are.
Oh, great stuff!
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it's not in a Premier League game and it's in an FA Cup game.
Yeah, and we're 3-0 up, but we might not. Yeah, exactly. We might not be making any subs, but Doncaster are about to bring on 2. It looks like.
Yeah.
I think we should bring on the youngsters now. To be honest,
Yeah, 100%.
It's not drastically going to change the game, is it? Bringing those two on, and we're so comfortable as well at the back. Baptiste, give him a few minutes, and
I reckon we see how good Issa Diop's been in training and stick him up top and put Baptiste at centre back. I'd love to see Diop.
This is the perfect time to test it, I reckon.
Doncaster have oh my god, hit the crossbar.
This is like the only time you want to see Issa Diop playing up top.
I wouldn't mind.
Good shot as well.
That's literally akin to bringing on Mark Wright against Leeds. Like that kind of like, we don't, can't be bothered.
At least he can say in his debut that his professional debut was coming on in a defeat of Premier League Leeds. That's pretty decent.
Thing, mate. That is actually quite a decent thing to say. So.
Yeah, even if it was like 30 seconds of running.
And he had like one pass.
He had one touch or something, yeah.
Yeah. Right, they're getting on the ball here, Doncaster a little bit more, but
yeah, it was a good strike.
That was a decent hit as well. Had a bit of space.
Someone's down for Doncaster.
Oh, good hit, man.
Yeah, I'll be back as well, actually. Just give me a sec.
That would have made it interesting if they'd scored 3-1.
But a little bit of the pressure back on, but I think, again, just have them. Just they've been told to go out and have fun. Like they've been told to go out and enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see some of our players playing with a bit more expression. At the same time, certain players I think need to. Not that they would be desperate for a rest. I think they need to be protected. So I think we need to take off Benrahma, Soucek, and Fornells. Bring on the younger players that can be a bit creative. Maybe.
Yeah.
The only young player that can one that's creative, because obviously Baptiste is a centre back, but I'd probably give, I'd put, maybe bring fucking Rice on for 20 minutes for Soucek.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Giving Soucek that rest more than, whatever. Not too sure. I mean.
But that's the thing, mate. Look, you look at like you said about Soucek. He's had such a comfortable game. He's had so much space. He's not getting pressed. Declan, give him 20 minutes. He'll just run that game. There's no real risk, to be fair. But I think the youngsters need to come on. Definitely save Fornells because I can imagine he's going to play against Palace and Benrahma as well. And we should actually come into that game relatively fresh, which would be quite nice.
Hopefully, yeah.
You enjoy yourself, Charles? We got a couple of cookies.
No, mate, choose toasty.
Lovely stuff.
Got to be done.
I'll bring on Kevin Nolan actually for 10 minutes, to be honest.
The old days.
Nolan's got that position in the box, man. He'll find a way to sniff a goal.
Oh, he loves a Doncaster opposition. He'd love a Doncaster game.
He scored both our goals against them in the Championship.
Yeah.
Here he is, Taylor Richards. Let's see what he's about.
He plays up top, right, Corey?
Number 10. So taken low kilo off.
So they're going for it, though.
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but did you see the chance they had hit off the bar? No.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was so far behind, mate. Have you gone so far?
Yeah, no. Just in terms of substitutions, it looked like they were going for it as well. But I mean, it could open up. Could be 5 or 6 come 90, I reckon. If they're actually trying to go for it.
They've got you, mate.
I gave Noble a lot of stick for his defending earlier, but his passing's actually been really good today.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But yeah, no, he's done okay. But one thing I do know is that he just cannot catch up with the Premier League's pace.
No, not at all.
No chance. No chance.
If anything, when he played against Chelsea, he was a bit protected because he had Rice and Soucek beside him. I feel for him, but the pace of the league is just too much.
Way too much.
particularly for the way we play. I mean, we're not going to play like this in every game, are we? When look how much space he's got on the ball and got time to pick up his head. So.
Yeah, this is a fine game for him to be playing in because but then you have to consider, how strong you want to go for the Liverpool or Man United game.
Yeah.
In the FA Cup, that is. Whether because I don't think he's not going to be able to maintain this kind of performance against those opposition. So you're going to have to consider how strong you're going to go for, whether you're going to go Declan Rice and Souček in the middle. I think you probably should, to be fair. I think this is a really good chance to have a go at this cup.
I'm so interested. I've got a feeling.
Next round, so
I've got a feeling Moyes will go slightly weaker against Liverpool in the league and possibly go for that Villa game, and that's just how I think he'll play it. But
that's what I think as well. Yeah,
there's no reason why we can't get a result against Liverpool. And that sounds a bit optimistic, but if we've got,
it's also quite hard to assess which one is the easier fixture.
Exactly, mate.
But
Exactly.
I think the safe bet is Villa.
I honestly think, I'm honestly probably more worried for the Villa game. I mean, just watching Liverpool United game, which was a waste of 90 minutes of my life. Why do
they build that fixture up? It's the deadest game.
I mean, I don't blame them for building it up, but it was just such a boring game. I hated it. But I think it just also showed just how kind of poor Liverpool had been. I mean, obviously they lost to Burnley the other day, but their attacking output isn't there right now for whatever reason. And they've had to make the best of a bad situation in their defensive injuries, but on the form that we're on, we can absolutely give it a go and get 3 points against them.
Here's the thing. I think there's two things to kind of look at. They're playing Tottenham in, I think it's next Tuesday. I'm interested to see because that'll be a real barometer. If they struggle against Spurs and Spurs get a result,
is that before us as well?
Yeah, exactly. So that will give us an indication how we play. Equally, we're coming into a Liverpool game where we've got Mikel Antonio, where we didn't have him in the last fixture. So that'll be another element that I'm sure will change it for us and give us a few more opportunities.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it'll be our best chance.
Was before, we played Liverpool coming off of two clean sheets, a good comeback against Spurs and and Liverpool City, where we both conceded. Whereas we've only conceded one goal. I think since the Brighton game, we've only conceded one goal.
Yeah,
and that was
go on
by Dawson anyway, but. But in other news, lads, Narky Wells put Bristol City 2-0 up against Millwall.
Hey!
Millwall going out of the cup.
Good stuff.
Sheffield United have found their level. They're beating Plymouth.
What's the score in that one?
2-0.
Billy Sharp scored the second. I don't know who scored the first.
Brighton are just about beating Blackpool 2-1.
Did you see the first goal? The McAllister goal? Unbelievable.
Oh, someone sent me a link for that. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, mate. Well, I only found out recently that McAllister is Argentinian.
How funny is that?
It's so weird, isn't it?
Well, obviously, because, Scottish people must have migrated out there, but Christ almighty, it was I thought he was Gary McAllister's kid or something.
Well, I thought Basuma scored a rocket, didn't he, for Brighton?
Yeah, I've just looked. He hasn't scored for them.
Hasn't he?
Yes,
yeah, he has. Basuma did. Basuma scored 20.
They've got it on the BBC homepage.
Yeah, that was sick. That was a sick goal. Is
one of them a down as known goal?
No, it's Basuma and Alzate.
Oh,
for Brighton.
That was fucking amazing as well.
I haven't seen the Alzate goal.
The lift on that ball, because it's not like he's running at pace or anything. The keeper's on his line. It's not like he's caught the keeper off his line. That is mental.
Scottish like Dennis
Snodgrass.
Yeah, I'll take it. Like I said, I'll take it. He's better looking than me. I mean, I get Sholto Copley a lot.
Hello, boys.
Copley. None of you know who that is, do you now?
We have Affaline has just come on. Affaline has just come on.
For Tommy Souček.
Who'd you come on for?
For Tommy Souček.
So it's it's the one holding. Yeah.
Yeah. Cornels might be dropping deeper then.
Yeah,
Surely you
I
got to put Fornals in that centre mid just for his
I think
defensiveness.
Yarmo will go to the right, maybe.
Or we might have him playing on the wing. We might have him playing out wide right or something.
He's a striker, isn't he? Atalanta?
He looks central. Yeah, he's a striker.
Yeah, striker.
The Alzate goal, it's actually a McAllister shot. It's the deflection is the funny bit, and it's gone down as his goal, obviously, but he's literally accidentally touched it.
Got in the way of it.
And
Okay.
Yeah, the ricochet is insane. He's just hit his back as he's turned to try and dodge it, and it's ended up in the back of the net from 30 yards out.
Swansea have just gone 4-1 up against Nottingham Forest.
Jeez, man.
They're having a pretty good season, Swansea, I think, aren't they?
I think so. Who's their manager these days? I can't remember. It's someone.
I forgot.
Pretty decent.
I saw the other day. Yeah, Swansea.
Oh yeah, I can't remember either.
Can't think. Yeah, Swansea is second in the league, so they're doing very well.
Yeah,
but it is
Steve Cooper.
Steve Cooper. That's
Who definitely sounds like an insurance salesman. Hi, it's Steve Cooper here, calling from A-Plan Insurance. I've heard you've been in an accident.
Go on, Benny.
Good touch from Benny Johnson.
Yeah, I keep on going Johnson Benny as well now. Sorry, Johnson Benny. Go on. Ooh.
Nice. Just happy they took Tommy Soucek on 70 minutes.
Yeah, give him
he's done his job. He wasn't really threatened the entire game. Give us a bit of protection. It's just panned out very well this game so far. Touch wood.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even need to use all five subs.
Nah.
Arguably, you don't want some of the players on the subs bench coming on just in terms of resting them. But offside, surely. That is so offside, ref.
Yeah, he's miles offside.
He didn't give it.
There's no VAR, is there?
Oh, lovely ball. Unlucky.
They would have given it if it had ended up in the
He's saying it's on.
back of the net.
I think.
Oh no, he's so miles offside. I mean, I watched it as you said.
Oh my god, he's. Hold on, wait. Oh my word, that is I'm sorry, if you can't see that as offside, then you can't be a linesman.
Is this Doncaster, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a look.
But he didn't even give it, I don't think.
Well, they didn't score, so...
Yeah, I mean, they didn't score, but
I think it's the thing, they only... Yeah, maybe it was just in case there was a deflection. So if the ball ended up in the back of the net, he hadn't given it. So it is
that
it's
2
that
yards
far
offside.
Honestly,
that is a bad decision if they haven't called that.
I know the new rules say that you have to let play carry on until the end of play has happened, then you can raise the flag. But I just don't really get that rule. I feel like you just I feel like if it's a clear scoring opportunity, maybe.
He's so far offside.
He's so far offside. Exactly. It just seems ridiculous that he played him on.
Is there VAR in the FA Cup? I don't know what's the deal with that.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
For us there is.
Okay.
And this is the thing I don't get. At some stadiums they have it, at some they don't.
The
we've got
Championship and League One teams don't do that.
It's a bit stupid. They should just it should just be competition wide. You either have it or you don't. Obviously in the FA Cup you wouldn't have it.
Yeah.
So you think ain't no way they're getting VAR into Marine or
Yeah, go down to Marine and
Surely.
install it all.
Yeah, jeez.
It's the guy in the tree. That was the meme that got posted. The guy that was watching the game in the tree.
I like the one with the Jurgen Klopp cut out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
On the fence.
Go
The
on.
guy got quite a lot of backlash for that.
Go on.
Yeah.
It was like, Liverpool always trying to be everywhere, and it's all about them.
Yeah.
Themselves.
That is true, though. That is a bit true.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, they are quite near Liverpool, aren't they, Marines? So you're going to get a lot of Scousers there. And
That's the thing. Half of them are Liverpool fans. You know, it's their.
Yeah,
it's their
but I mean, you know,
I mean, I wouldn't pop down to Chelmsford Town or whatever and bring a power of David Moyes. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not going down to I'm not going down to Maidenhead United anytime soon to do that.
Oh,
Doncaster looking a tiny bit better in the last couple of minutes. Trying to do a bit on attack.
Great save, Fab.
God.
No.
Here they go. Here they go.
Go on, go.
Oh, go on, Yarma.
Is Johnson nearly gave
Oh,
away a
God,
penalty?
Corey.
No, no.
Did you see the Yarma chance?
No, I've just seen Yarma take out number 22 for Doncaster. That's how far
Okay,
behind
all
I
right.
am, so.
All right, I thought you saw the Yarma chance. I was like, that was about 5 minutes ago.
No, we're all right. We're all right. Not that bad, lads. Not that bad. Oh, look at a pass from Taylor Richards as well. Should have brought him on earlier if they were going to try and do something in this game.
Yeah, he's quite a slick player, quite a decent little player.
What impresses me quite a lot about him is the fact that he can come deep and make those passes. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, right, fair enough. We dealt with it. Getting quite a bit of space on that left when they break.
They're definitely having more chances now. Oh, well done. But nothing to be concerned about so far. The best thing I can say about Diop today is that I haven't recognised him all game, which means he hasn't made a mistake. which is, you know, which is all you want from your centre back, just not to make mistakes. Oh, great ball! Go on, Fredericks. Oh, yeah, 4-0. Oh, great stuff, Afolayan.
Oh, this
on his
guy it was
debut.
as well.
Afolayan on
I'm
his
so
debut.
happy for him.
Prize, mate. You've ruined the
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I don't even care at this point, Dennis. It's all done in it anyway.
It's going to be at Christmas at the Johnson household.
Yeah, I tell all my brothers what presents they get day before Christmas.
Oh, also, Plymouth have got one back against Sheffield United. Come on.
There we go.
Fredericks does really well here. Goes for the shot, and then Afolayan follows it up. Great
There we
stuff.
are. We don't need a striker. David Sullivan is cancelling all loans. One of our youth players scored a tackle against a deflated.
Yes! Come on, my son. Get in your goal. That's what I want to see. I love it.
It's great.
I know I'm behind, but it means a lot. He's come.
No, it's
Ben
great.
Johnson
It's
looked
great.
absolutely stoked for him as well.
It's great seeing a youngster score on his debut. So
Yeah.
good for
Brilliant.
him. He was at I think he was at somewhere like, I don't know, Solihull Moors or something like that a couple of years ago.
Wimbledon. Because I know we signed 2 strikers.
I think he went on loan to Wimbledon from us, but before when we signed him from Solihull Moors.
So we signed a prospect from Solihull Moors and another one from AFC Wimbledon. I just can't
It's actually
which.
looking at that goal. That is very good movement because he has anticipated something would happen, and you could have easily have just maybe stopped. So.
Yeah, I think Fredericks made a decision as well.
On the lowdown, we have actually signed some players from lower leagues that it's just gone under the radar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing Afolayan at National League level like quite a few years back, and so it's nice to see him kind of get some recognition here today.
Yeah, very good goal.
Oh, hello, Nathan. Sorry, that's my job now. Just to let you know, Nathan Trott is about to come on as keeper.
Oh my
though.
god, he is.
Is he?
Up top. No, he's got the goalkeeper kit on.
The ultimate disrespect.
Also, it was Solihull Moors we got.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Picked it up from 2018. Signed him
Wait,
with David Moore.
What's happened to Balbuena? I must be behind, but he take a bit of a.
I think he's fine. I can't believe that we're substituting a goalkeeper on.
That is a little bit.
We're worried about Fabianski picking up a knock, or he has picked up an injury, which is...
No, there's no chance.
Fabianski is shrugging his shoulders.
He's looking very confused here. Yeah, I won't lie. I do think there is something quite wrong in substituting on a goalkeeper.
That is a little
slightly disrespectful to Doncaster.
That is quite a bit muggy. That's sort of like near that Mark Wright level, but not quite. But it's definitely there. Wasn't Trotter?
He's not. Fabs isn't like standing awkwardly. He's walking around fine.
He's definitely just giving him minutes, mate. To get his debut in, isn't he?
Possibly, yeah.
I don't think Trot's played before, has he, for us?
It's overdue. I mean, I was talking.
I think he has. Has he?
The deep end. No, not for the first team. No, only
Because did he go on loan to Wimbledon last year?
He went on loan to Wimbledon and immediately picked up an injury, which meant he didn't get that many games in. But do you remember when David Martin was our training ground keeper, and there was a rumour that his contract meant he couldn't play?
Yeah, I remember that, man.
I was saying, just fucking throw Trot in ahead of
Roberto.
Roberto, yeah. He's so bad, I struggled to say his name there. But,
He was that bad. He was absolutely...
I'm looking forward to seeing Trot in goal, to be fair. I've only seen him in action against Exeter.
I don't think you'll be seeing him in action.
You'll see him in the goal.
You won't see him do anything. He's had to make a couple of smart saves in this game, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no, he might have a few.
Saves. Just the game is now dead. So you'll see him maybe take a couple of goal kicks. That being said, we could have a very good goalkeeping crisis on our hands because we do have 3 very highly rated young keepers, don't we?
Yeah.
And the Hungarian.
Hungarian, yeah.
Name I can't pronounce. But
he still hasn't. Yeah, he still hasn't come on.
Yeah, after this, there's a corner coming up. Yeah, I think he'll come on after. I don't know whether you already know, but Millwall losing 3-0 now to Bristol City.
Oh, fantastic! Never mind. It's always next year.
When the fans are back in the stands.
That won't be me when we're playing Liverpool next week.
Millwall was so close to knocking Brighton out of the cup, and they were going to have a semi-final.
Oh, look. Richard's got through there.
Yama just tried a scorpion kick on goal, which is quite interesting.
Oh, and Baptiste is coming on as well. Baptiste and Trot are coming on.
He's bringing the kids on like we asked, just we weren't expecting the goalkeeper.
Yeah, the goalkeeper one's a bit...
Fabianski looks used that he's coming off. He just finds it so weird. He's smiling.
At least he's not doing a Kepa.
Yeah, it's like,
could you imagine refusing to come off when you're falling up against
he looked pretty pissed, but he's happy now. Yeah.
He was a bit confused. But
yeah, he was like, oh, hello. And now Baptiste coming on for Frederick.
Benrahma's face as he comes off is doing like, I think in the Office terms, there's a gym face where you're just looking.
So Fredericks is off now. Baptiste on.
Did Baptiste play against, what was it, Hull?
Yeah.
Yeah, he played against Hull and the other League One team we beat, Charlton.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Played well in those games. Deserved the
smile on Fabi's face now. It's all resolved.
Go on, Yar, mate. Go on, Yar, mate. Go on, Yar, mate. Go on, Yar, mate.
Now, he's playing right back, not centre back.
Ooh. Yeah, is he playing right back then?
You're very right back.
Yeah, he is. It's all right. Bit of versatility.
Baptiste number 75.
Just they ain't going to be young. They're going to be experienced players coming on.
How many
Darren Randolph
now? 4?
was injured last minute, for the record. That's why. He's
was he? Okay. Well, at least it's not COVID.
Suggested? Yeah.
At least it's not COVID or anything like that.
Oh, lovely. Go on.
It's funny because they're saying, like the West Ham Twitter account is saying it's his debut, Jamal Baptiste, but it's not. Like they've got a whole graphic out for him and everything.
Yeah, I don't think they've done their research, have they? Really? They just seen number 70 come on and assume that it's his debut.
Afolayan is 23 years old. He's not as young as you'd think.
Jeez.
No, he's not young. I mean, he's young, but not that young.
Yeah.
Well, he's younger than me, but yeah. He's doing all right for himself.
Oh, because this is the first game he's played since he signed the professional contract, is it? That's why they're calling it his debut? I don't know.
What, for Baptiste? Yeah. I swear the League Cup counts as a professional.
Yeah, but he wasn't on a professional contract when he was over.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah.
That's why I'm. Yeah.
It's just an excuse to try and get fucking retweets. Equally, I've just gone on Afolayan's youth career, and he's got one of the most interesting youth careers I think I've ever seen. Like, he started off at Harrow, then signed for Chelsea, then randomly went to Toronto, Barnet, Tootingham Mitcham, then went back to Toronto, then went to Loughborough, and then ended up at Solihull Moors and us. Like, that is a strange yo-yo.
That was a very interesting career.
Up and down and around the elite clubs. Like, so Harrow, okay, amateur. Chelsea, Toronto FC, all right. Barnet, decent on the league side. Tootingham Mitcham. Way back down. Solihull Moors back up. Right?
Getting that Michael Antonio education at Tootingham Mitcham.
He was only at Tootingham Mitcham for about 5 minutes and didn't play a single game before going to Loughborough University. Like,
just sounds like work experience, doesn't it?
Yeah, honestly,
go there, come back.
Because obviously Loughborough's a sports specialist. Their students in the football team, I think, do play in the league. But yeah, he's played more games for Toronto than he did for anyone other than Solihull.
Go on. Oh, Yarmo.
Mate, this guy has a problem with passing.
Yeah, and cutting in and out and all that jazz.
Fully, Afolayan was through, and so was Ben Rama on the other side. That was the easiest goal you ever see.
Oh, bit.
Oh yeah, he could have squared it to so many fucking people once again.
His Wikipedia page has already got his Afolayan. This has already said he scored in his West Ham debut in the FA Cup in 23rd January 2021.
I've just refreshed it and it has just been added.
I thought Dennis added it.
No.
It's probably his parents. Get on there, quick, go on.
Here we go.
That's a good question
again.
that Reed asked. The Holland thing. He's not playing because he's going on loan, isn't he? I think that's why.
Again, and they'll end up selling him and flogging him and watching him have a career.
He had a problem with his injury record, didn't he? Oxford.
Oxford.
Yeah, a bit professional. No. I'd like to see him. I think he's
on the channel now, are we?
Yeah, he's obviously got. He's got talent. Isn't it? He's got talent. I think he just needs a loan and a real consistent run of games. And West Ham he's not going to get.
Well, before we move on from it, sorry, like Charles, you can't laugh at his pronunciation of Oxford. Try and say Jared Bowen.
You mean Jared Bowen?
Mate, Charles, I'm even laughing at myself for going Oxford.
To be fair, I've done pretty well sort of month or two. I've learnt my lesson.
Oh, they're through. Trot, beautiful keeping, class A.
Trot, get in. But what is Lincoln right in saying that El Nassiri has scored another hat trick or hat trick today just to be here?
Yep.
Yeah, we're not getting
that's the thing,
El Nassiri.
Bidding 30 million for him when we could get DF for 15 plus a central midfielder, which we need desperately.
The thing is, with this El Nassiri deal is like Lopetegui or whatever said he's not going. We bid as much as we can. They're saying we're not selling, and yet we're still like going, oh yeah, just in case. And I'm like, no, such a smokescreen.
His agent, Spanish media, and so many other people have said it's not happening, and yet we're still bidding.
Yeah,
we're not bidding. We're putting bids in. We know we'll get rejected.
Yeah, it's like you say, Dennis. It's like, we'll put a bid in we'll put just enough so it's not enough to buy them and say that we tried, which you've been saying for weeks now.
Sometimes the bids
will be false. Oh, Afolayan. Go on.
Sorry, lads. For when we qualify for the next round, we have to pay to go to Old Trafford or Anfield. I do have the Tiger King meme ready to go.
Oh, Johnson with a lovely strike. Unlucky.
Tell you what, mate, it's not far off the rate this transfer window is going. 8 days left, and apparently the transfer market is very difficult to deal with.
Going back to El Nassiri,
he forward on loan like that.
Yeah, Wolves got a striker on loan today.
I know, yeah, that's how you do business.
Willian Jose.
As much as I think there are a lot better options out there.
Yeah.
Was available, and the Sullivan special loan, in which it could be,
such a good ball.
Almost, I wouldn't say best of both worlds, but a deal that works for Sullivan and could work for the team. Maybe, it would be much better than putting in shit bids for El Nesri. Right?
Wait, which line are you saying?
William Joseph.
Mateta to
Oh,
Palace would have been better than nothing, is what I'm saying.
it's just been an offside
He
chance
missed
for
it.
Doncaster, but it was offside and he skied it. But yeah, it's 3 minutes added on injury time, and we've got 2.5 minutes left.
I was just saying, going back to Enesiri, so he scored
Oh, I think that was
3.
on, to be fair.
He scored 3, had a 4th ruled out for offside 8 minutes ago, and had virtually an assist that, apparently someone missed an absolute sitter. So he should have had 4 goals and an assist, and they're in the 76th minute.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Impressive for any player.
Who are they playing?
Look at
Just
that.
take away. I'm genuinely interested. Is this like a Liga game or is this the Copa del Rey?
None of this, because Sebastian Haller scored against Madagascar.
No, I'm not discounting it.
No, I'm
I'm
joking,
genuinely interested. Like, what's going
Yeah,
on?
no,
Is this a
it's a
game?
good point as well.
Game,
Yeah.
like, I don't follow.
It's
Spanish.
a league game, I think, but
That makes it even more impressive then for me because
I haven't seen anything on him. I don't have any agenda or I think it probably. I wouldn't get signing him.
He's probably quality. I don't know enough about him to say whether he'll fit into how we play.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that we're bidding less than his value when. And again, I'm not saying Mateta would be a.
Oh God, what a ball!
Definitely free.
He was free and he's pacey. Worse than nothing. Better than nothing, and we will end up with nothing.
Well, the
Got a
thing
free
is,
kick here.
the longer
Yeah.
it gets, I think the longer it gets, you just don't want desperation. Unfortunately, they have forced it. We've had plenty of time to go and identify someone since I left. If you get a loan deal that's, again, low risk, just fills a gap, a rotation option, unfortunately, that's what we're going to probably have to settle on.
Mateta, in my opinion, would have done that. I'm not saying he would have been good or even scored goals, but he'd be someone you can come on for 15, 20 minutes for Mickey, or if Mickey gets a suspension or injury, and he won't be any worse than what we have.
He looked like a good player. To be
Oh,
fair.
God.
Yeah, he's just been playing in a very bad side, and mines are my German teams, and I'm just going to put this out there. They beat Leipzig today, so pick up the mines.
Yeah, good result.
It came from behind twice to win 3-2, but yeah, it would have been better than no disrespect to the young players, but if Mickey picks up an injury, then you've got 2 youth strikers on the bench.
And Yama.
It's a bit more nous,
I think possibly Yama will become some sort of backup striking option.
That is literally like playing sub-up top, though, in terms of fitting. If you talk about fitting the system.
Oh, definitely.
No, but replacing one with the same.
Full time, boys.
Lovely
Full time.
stuff. 4-0 West Ham. We move on to the next round of the FA Cup where we will play either Liverpool or Manchester United that definitely will not be as comfortable as today.
Will ever financially recover from this.
Yeah, he'll really struggle to pay for that coach up to Liverpool. Are we away in that tie or are we at home? I'm not sure.
Away, I think.
Away, yeah, exactly. Either Anfield or Old Trafford, so not the most attractive proposition.
Good, to be fair, good thing if we're playing United with their away run.
Yeah, no, exactly, mate. But to be fair today, I know it was lower league opposition, but we played some really fluid stuff. I think the attacking midfield 3 were absolutely superb. They were just in their element. Yama got the goal. It was a fantastic finish. We were in a lot of possession. Doncaster really didn't trouble us. I mean, they didn't really have a foot in the game at all for the first half. Second half, they had a couple of shots, one come off the bar, but really, really comfortable afternoon. Afolayan got his debut goal, which I'd love to see as a West Ham fan, as we all do. Trott got his debut as well. Yeah, I can't really break it down other than that, lads. It was just a very, very comfortable afternoon for us.
Yeah, I mean, I said before the game, I think it was going to be easier than the Stockport game purely because again, they're a team that like to back themselves and pass, keep it along the ground and play, as close to a professional side as they possibly can. And sure enough, they tried to play their own game and they got done. And playing on our own turf with a good starting lineup, stock standard, calmest game we've had in years, as DJ said. Great for Afolayan to get his goal, and Ben Johnson seemed so happy for him as well. Obviously, both came up in the same system, or both same age and same sort of professional experience. So yeah, they seem stoked, and we move on to United or Liverpool. We can watch that game tomorrow night with a bit of interest, and knowing that we'll face either team. And yeah, I mean it's a Liverpool team that doesn't look as strong necessarily as usual. And if United win, it's a United team that are looking to potentially win the league, as Liverpool are as well, obviously. So, yeah, don't expect, I don't think, to see the strongest Liverpool or United side out there. Whereas we will, I think. So, yeah.
Biggest positive of today is Declan didn't come on. Mikel Antonio didn't play. We rested our entire back four. I mean, Charles and Dennis, that is a plus, isn't it? Obviously, this is almost in a way the way you would have scripted something to go if you wanted it to go, particularly going into that Tuesday fixture against Crystal Palace.
Pretty much, mate. Pretty much. It's 4-0 win, comfortable. Young players come on, young striker bagged goal. Kind of what you want when you play a lower level team. You don't want that. As much as Stockport may have been a more enthralling contest, and I love shithouse football. I love the muddy pitches and all that. I didn't want that again with our run of games. So we need to be, efficient. We need to be concise, and we need to not take exert any energy that we don't necessarily need to. We're now going to play up against Liverpool and United. Would I take beating Liverpool? Let's say we do get Liverpool, I'll prioritise the league game over the cup game, personally. If we beat whoever we play in the cup and we're in the quarterfinals, that's great. We build from there, but I'd much rather have a very strong league position. Normally, I would say prioritise the cup, but normally we don't have anything to play for in the league, at all.
Yeah.
So
I genuinely.
What I'm saying is, I'm more interested in beating Liverpool in the league, beating Villa in the league, beating Palace in the league next 3 games, personally.
I'd be interested to see what Corey and Charles think on that, because I think, why put out a strong lineup against these teams if we're not going to go for? I think David Moyes will go for it again in our next FA Cup tie, but I would want to see that as well. We're in it to win something, and how likely is it that we're going to end up sacrificing a Europe spot or a top whatever? Yeah, if you're talking about playing for something in the league, we're talking top 4, top 7, one of the two. So let's say top 7. How likely is it that by putting out a full strength team against a Liverpool or a Manchester United, who, as I said, probably won't be as strong in the cup? How likely is it that we're going to sacrifice a top 7 spot? Because in my opinion, we'll either finish in the top 7 or we won't. And I don't think it'll have that much to do with, a one-off game. I mean, we've survived injuries as well. We've been really good with that. It's a team that seem to want to play as many games as they can, and you do want to be playing as many games as you can when you're on form. Sufal mentioned it midweek. He's desperate to get as many games as he can. He absolutely loves playing 3 games a week, and sure, it takes its toll, but I don't think a one-off game, as I said, where you've got 5 substitutions as well, to put out a full strength starting 11 and then chuck a couple of subs on. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think we should go for it, because it's if we get past that game, we have we mentioned Arsenal now knocked out. We've got a good run.
My opinion has changed because of the team that we've played today and the way that we've played it, and the intelligence of even resting Souček for the last 20 minutes and the players that we brought on. I think that's given our whole back four a rest, where they've played week in, week out, and obviously allows them to come into the Palace game fresh. Mickey's going to be a lot fresher, and he's played minutes as well to get his match sharpness up. I would just go for it. It's a one-off game either against United or Liverpool. I think we're in the ascendancy. We haven't been beaten so far this year as well. Even in the fluidity of some of the play, and I know it's against Doncaster, shows that we can switch the system up at times to suit the way we play and possibly be in more possession. So I think we've got a real chance in the FA Cup, if I'm honest. I know they're tough teams, but it's a one-off game. You play Liverpool, you look at the fact they're struggling to score goals. It does suit West Ham and the way possibly we'll come up against them. So given that, I would go full tilt on it. But yeah, we've got 48 hours between Liverpool and Aston Villa in the league, so there's no doubt it's going to be tough. But if anything we've seen this year, the fitness levels of some of our players are absolutely superb. So why not go for it if we've got the chance?
Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of rotation options I think what's really good about this game is just how well we actually performed. I mean, the result, wasn't it wasn't something that we didn't deserve. We fully deserved that result with the way we played, and as people have mentioned in the comments, we played really fluid, nice football with a team that's with not our strongest team by any means. And the defence didn't really have a lot to do, and they'll probably have a lot more against the likes of either Liverpool or Man U in the next round. But yeah, I think I would like to see us go for it, and I think this is a really chance for us to get a bit of silverware this year. And I think a lot of people are sort of like trying to talk of us being like top 4 in the hunt for top 4 or 5 and stuff like that. And yeah, I'd love to go as high up in the league as we can, but I think FA Cup it means so much to the fans that I think it would be a really nice change in the mood, especially considering what we've been through in the last few years in terms of the football. And so yeah, I think we should definitely give it a go. Whether that means he'll start a midfield of Souček and Rice, or whether he'll keep Noble in and rotate the other two, we don't know. But obviously Liverpool are not in very good form at the moment. The Premier League slipping away from them, so maybe they might be looking to get some silverware there and look to play strong in the cup as well. So we'll have to watch out for that. But they haven't been playing well either. So but yeah, Aston Villa, I think back to normal, back to our full strength team, and then just based on how the players are feeling there, maybe a couple of people rotated for the Liverpool game. But yeah, overall, I'm very confident going into these next few fixtures. I think we've been playing really well. Team selection's been very good from Moyes generally, and the subs have been very good from him as well. So overall, we're heading in a very positive direction.
I'm definitely not writing off the Liverpool game and obviously the Villa game. They are 2 tough games. I think we can get something from them based on our current form. But for me, we have to really get another result against Palace. You look at that type of game, 3 points, we should go for it. We've got a fully fit squad. I think we would have learned, and we are looking a bit more adept in that 4-2-3-1 now than we were when we played Palace last time. And you'd think if we just see that game out, get another 3 points going into Liverpool and Villa, we'll have some serious confidence behind us.
Yeah, we that is a massive game, especially considering we didn't play them that long ago. And I think again it's a really good test to reassess where our level's at. I think Palace is a very tough fixture. Again, absolutely a very tough fixture. As is the Villa one, and as is the Liverpool one. I think if we were West Ham, at the start of the season, and we were talking about how many points we expect to get from them. If someone said 0, I wouldn't be that surprised because they are just quality teams. But whereas now we're able to reassess and properly go for games and know that we've got the system in place and the players in place to get results. But yeah, I mean that is a crucial game, an absolutely crucial game, and one that if we win, we walk away from thinking that's we're on for a shot of Europe, and yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely feeling confident. Listen, hopefully by the time we roll into some of them fixtures, we will finally have got a backup striker. I'm not going to bank my money on it at all because this thing's going to go on and rumble and we'll probably get someone in on loan, but fingers crossed, hopefully we do it. Is that it, lads? Any last words before I switch off and do the usuals, or are you just very much looking forward to that program?
Very glad to see young players coming off the bench. Young lad scored his first goal for West Ham. We've had Ben Johnson recently. And now we've got others coming forward. Baptiste Trot got his first minutes, although it was a very bemusing substitution from Fabianski's point of view, and just hope it isn't an injury, because if Randolph picked up an injury, that's Martin and the kids left. And with these important run of games, again, I want experienced heads and hands in the team, really. Obviously, talent rises up, but who's more likely to make a mistake? A younger goalkeeper, David Martin, or Lucas Fabianski? You're going to go for younger keeper, David Martin. Let's just hope Fabianski isn't injured. As much as I want to give you a chance, rather the experienced hands in net.
Yeah, no, it's a good shot, man.
Well, listen, definitely the least stressed I've been watching West Ham game in ages.
Mate, this is the least stressful game I've had all year. You know how much stress West Ham put me under every single week, and that was one time we could just sit back and we played some good stuff.
Oh no, Wolves wasn't that stressful.
Yeah, okay. And I enjoyed Leicester as well, to be fair. We were quite enjoying the Leicester game. All right, okay. It was one of the most stressful games. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyone watching, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the West Ham Way if you're new. Post-match reaction coming up very, very shortly. a ridiculously quick turnaround, which will be a feature of the next couple of weeks. We'll get the predicted 11 out for the Palace game either tomorrow or Monday. And then, of course, we will return for the live watch-along. Dennis, Angus, Charles will all be there. Fingers crossed we get the 3 points. And then, obviously, we'll push further up that table with loads of confidence going into that big fixture against Liverpool next Sunday. So, until next time, take care.